Yes, sir. Patineta, skateboard, Los Neptunos, Neptunes. I'm here with my brother Family. And we on Drink Champs. And Drink Champs is important because it's more than just alcohol, and it's more than just the mood and the loosening that the alcohol has the ability to do. It's also the spirit of the people who N.O.R.E and DJ EFN, like our brother, who they've decided to have on here. It's the things that they talk about and how their personalities collide. And this is a Purple Rain skateboard, right? This is Purple Rain at Patineta. But because they know who to have on here and they know what the variable the alcohol is gonna do, we all have really spirited conversations, and it makes for like a lot of like really enlightened listening. So that is the reason why you should listen to Drink Champs.
What it good be? Hopefully this is what it should be. This is your boy N.O.R.E.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this is Military Crazy Raw. I don't know why I keep saying that. Happy hour. Drink Champs, motherfucking happy hour. Make some noise! Now, when we started this show, we said we wanted to do legends only. So this brother that's standing in front of me, for me, is the best producer of all times. All times. I'm talking about, this is R. Quincy Jones. I see him see music. I've seen him come into a session and just say, yo, and just change it, and just the session become turquoise or purple. And it just changed. The man he's a producer. There's people that make beats and there's people that produce. This is the producer's producer. Then he's verged on into being an artist. And he conquered that. And he can work from anybody to N.O.R.E to Madonna and make it make sense. The man is like Jesus. He walks on water, and I don't see the pillowcases go. In case you don't know who I'm talking about the incredible, the impeccable, Pharrell motherfucking Williams. Now, I purposely didn't look at you when I was saying that because I know how humble you are. You know, I know you for 20 years. I know how humble you are. But you are, to certain people, to certain people, you are, to me, the best producer of all time. Like, I mean, I've worked with everyone. This is me in my career. You're the best producer I've ever worked with.
Well, first of all, let me just say that you guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm wearing my mask because I got 19 kids.
Go ahead.
And my parents are approaching 70, so
right.
You know, we all tested, but
right.
I'm just wearing my
you
mask.
Made us test me, my wife tested me, everybody tested me. We said, fuck it, let's do it. That's how important you are for us. We still got niggas in the back doing tests right now. That's how important you are to us. But so for us, being that you're not gonna drink Ace of Spades, are you not gonna drink Ace of Spades? Because, you know, Jay-Z personally asked, would I get you high and drink, get you juice up with your Ace of Spades? So if you're not, can you pick which bottle I should drink?
Why not the pink one?
Why not the rosé? I already knew it, goddammit. But
right.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I wanted to say, first and foremost, congratulations on, you know, the continuation of your career.
Yes, thank you.
And when I say continuation, I mean we're all pluralist. Mm-hmm. And somehow when you're in the music industry, they convince you to only focus on one thing because they feel like, you know, they only want you to pay attention to their interest. Right. And eventually, you know, the people in senior leadership positions of these companies recognize that these other potential revenue streams for these artists could also be, you know, contributors to the marketing, to their partnership. But you saw this early. You were on this early. I remember when you were talking to me about it, like, yeah, you know, I'm thinking about going into this thing, like I got this idea, I got this concept.
I used to always have a camera. I didn't know why. I used to always have a camera. So that was like the pre-thing.
My point is, you were one of the first to do that.
That makes a noise for me.
and you stayed focused until you realized exactly how you could like, you know, grow the audience and monetize it. And I think that's beautiful. And I want to also say that I am grateful that you would even, you know, that you even would want to have me on here.
Come on, you crazy? Come on,
I think
man.
you guys talk about things that
are... too humble, right, man?
No, because I feel like y'all, you know, you bring interesting guests on here who really say things that sometimes shock people, sometimes enlighten people, and I feel like, you know, I've always been like that about myself. Like, I don't really find myself interesting. I'm always interested in the people I can collaborate with. Okay. So I've always felt like I would always be like a boring interview.
I would like to tell you you're wrong. I would like to tell you you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? You're wrong.
I'm just saying thank you.
Let's take it from the beginning, though, right? In the
Thank
beginning, that's when I Googled you, which you know, you're a person I shouldn't have to Google, but I wanted to do my research thoroughly. So it said early 90s. Now, when they say early 90s, what do they mean? Like, what was you and Chad hooked up in school, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were in high school. Started making music then. We met when we were like 12, started making music when we were like 15, 16. We got discovered when we were in high school. And so once we got out of high school, you know, we went straight in with Teddy. And
Teddy Riley for people who don't.
Yeah, Teddy Riley. Right. You know, he did, you know, the Dangerous album. He did a lot of songs on the Dangerous album with Michael. I mean, Teddy is a legend. Yeah. It Takes Two. I mean, The Show. It Takes Two to make things. Yeah, The Show with Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick. Like he's
classics.
Yeah. Guy, Blackstreet. I could just keep going on with this guy. The guy did Johnny Kemp's Just Got Paid.
You want us to open up your wine? Or you going to Ace of Spades? Whatever you want. It's whatever we live in your world, brother. You want some swan tequila?
You want some micheladas?
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Sincere.
Go with the Sincere? Okay, all right. Yeah. Cool. We don't know how to open that, but we'll figure it out. But okay, so
I'm gonna go with the Sincere. Okay. So when they say early 90s, our first thing that we ever did was Tonight's the Night for Blackstreet.
Whoa.
And then and that was written by Tammy Lucas.
Who's on Superthug?
Yes.
That's the same. Wow.
Yes. She's the reason why Teddy paid attention to us, by the way. She went to Teddy and was like, yo, you gotta like pay attention to these guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
The rumor is that you guys ghost produced Rum Shaker.
That's the rumor. The truth is, my first time meeting Teddy, it was like 11 o'clock at night, which this is when I first realized that like people in the music industry are vampires, right? People talk to me about being a vampire. Right. These guys are vampires. They literally wake up in the evening and the session doesn't start until 11, sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning. And then they go until, you know, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, you leave in the studio, you listening to what you just did. You know what I'm saying? That was a new world to me. That's when Teddy showed me like there was a nocturnal world of creativity. I never knew that. Right? We work like we went to work. Right. We work in the daytime and shit.
And that's on purpose that they would work that way. I would assume.
Yeah. Right. But it's a very real thing. Thank you, good brother. Yeah. And then
So for the record, I don't know if you answered that or not.
Yeah.
Let's get into
it.
Okay. Tonight's tonight.
Oh no! I'm talking about Rum Shaker.
Oh no. I know.
Okay.
Tonight's tonight, and I'm saying, but before Tonight's tonight, my first time meeting Teddy, he was working on Rum Shaker. It was like 11 o'clock at night. And so
all I want to do is zoom.
Yeah. They had everything.
Yeah.
Akil had put his verse down. Markel had his verse down, and Teddy was like, "Yo, can you? I heard you rap." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can you write my verse for me?" I was like, "All right, cool."
Rap your verse or write my verse?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said, "Can you write my verse for me?" So I went in and like, I don't know, 30 or 40 minutes.
Let's just be clear. This is breaking news for us, goddamn. Because I don't think no one ever confirmed or denied this story. So the rumor was you made the beat. So that's where the concept.
Yeah, people mistake that, but no, I could have never made that beat. That beat was like that beat transcended genres to me.
We don't know if we know our show is about saluting our brothers, so we want to salute you. Salute you, my brother, because you know
Cheers,
what?
my bro.
You are a motherfucking vampire. You survived. You did all this. We love you, Pharrell. So you wrote Teddy's verse. Let's take it from there. Boom. Then what happened?
On a classic record that still to this day bumps.
And then now this is your because was you a producer or artist first? That was my next question.
Well, we were just like we considered ourselves self-contained artists. You You know what I'm saying?
You can do it all.
Listen, you know what I love? This is like so thug, super thug.
Barbershop shit.
Is people got on masks and then people smoking weed.
Only time you can't have on masks if you're smoking or drinking. But
that is like,
we're contained.
We're definitely here.
Yeah.
And by the way, am I the only weirdo who's ever worn a mask in the?
So far, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Your family, listen, man.
Did you drink that with the mask on?
No.
I didn't know. I was like, damn, he's a ninja.
So was that your first time? Like, because I know I'm bouncing all over the place, but you know, I've had sessions with you for 20 years, and I've walked into sessions sometime where you're working with an artist, and you would have a complete record for them.
Yeah.
And I just never knew that. I didn't know. I know that sounds a little ghetto, but I didn't know that people would present records like that. I think that was the first experience I ever saw, like where you was like Usher or Justin Timberlake,
like
or something.
demoing the record,
and it would be you do the whole. I didn't know that's what you did at the time. Like it blew me away. I think it was in South Beach Studios, the Marlin Studios one time.
Yes, sir.
And I was you just playing me records, and I was sitting back like, holy shit, I didn't know that's what you did.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you say that because when you say South Beach, you take me back to when we made Nothing.
That's right.
And you were kind enough. Because I knew that beat, the original beat, was not good enough.
Right.
And they were kind of like, I think even Chris was like, what you talking about?
Right.
Like, what do you mean? Like, it's cool. And I was like, no, come on, let's just.
So there's another beat to Nothing? Wait, there's another beat to Nothing?
All right, I'm going to tell you my side and you tell me yours. It's going to be a little long story, but just stick with me. I had Ja Rule lived next door to me at the time. Ja Rule's driving Maybachs. He's driving all these crazy. I'm good, but I'm not Ja Rule good. So I go do a Ja Rule record like a bozo. And Leo Combs comes to the studio. I don't know if you know this part. I don't know if you know this part. But Leo Combs comes to the studio, and he has the Ja Rule video, and he plays it, and it's me with my boys running around with Lamborghinis and, you know, just all this fancy rich shit. And he goes to me, how do you like it? And I go, I love it. And my boys is like, you love it. And then Leo says, it's popcorn. And I had never looked at popcorn as a bad thing in my life. He said, it's popcorn. And I was like, what? But he meant pop. Like,
pop music.
He said, I want to tell you a story, N.O.R.E. So he said, if I cut you, what will you bleed? So I said, I would bleed blood. And he said, now ask me the same question. So I said, if I cut you, what would you bleed? Leo Combs said, Run DMC, sucker MC. So I looked at him, I was like, damn, that's a fucking great answer. Why did I say that? So he says to me, I'm gonna ask you this one more time. As your solo career, if I cut you, what would you bleed? I said, Superthug. And he said, exactly, Pharrell's in Virginia waiting for you. Go out there. And he had already set up the session with you, so I went to Virginia. Remember, the original was, are you dudes really ready to ride? Are you dudes want to come inside? This is you ready to ride. Ready to ride. So, what you want to do?
Oh, wow.
It was a whole different beat.
Yeah.
It was a whole different beat, and there was a whole different intro to that. And you told me to study the Jungle Brothers.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes.
You told me, he was like, it was Uncle Sam, Mike G, say what? They're joining the slam. With his manager Chris, they're joining the slam. 5,000. Boom and watts. Sound system. State of the art. Now listen to Nothing. N.O.R.E, Pop B, say what? That nigga's the man. With his manager Chris and the label The Jam, still flossing. So on your watch. Yo, ain't you dudes heard grimy, man? We still, you know what I'm saying? That makes some noise for real. I'm gonna tell you some funny shit.
That makes some noise with the Jungle Brothers.
Word up.
I'm like hogging this conversation. I don't hog this.
Yeah.
But you know what the first one you gave me before that? It was, he was like, yo, listen to Vanilla Ice, Ice, Ice Baby. You remember that? Mm-hmm. You know what that was? Holla back, youngin'. Woo, woo. I couldn't do it. You gave me that first. I said, no, I can't fuck with Vanilla Ice. So if you listen to Fabs, holla back, youngin'. Woo, woo. It's Ice, Ice Baby. Look, rolling. Go do this. I'm sorry, even though there are too much secrets. Goddamn. All right. So let's bring it back, right?
Okay, yeah, we fast forwarded a little bit, but you said the Marlin.
Right, the Marlin.
Yeah.
So let's get back to you writing all these music, because at first like I just thought you was a hip hop producer. I didn't realize how super talented you was. Like when you deliver these records to these people, you're giving them a piece of your soul. Like, how did you develop that? Is that producing, or is that?
I think we were just finding our way. You know what I'm saying? I think for us, more than anything else, it was more like, you know, we were like, man, we from Virginia. We don't know how long this is gonna last. Like, yo, take that opportunity and like really, really excavate as much as you can out of it. You know, excavate all the opportunity out of it that you can. It's like, yo, I'm working with guys out of New York. I'm in Virginia. Like, you know, there's no Def Jam in Norfolk. There's no like RCA in Virginia Beach. Like, or
and who was like Mad Skills was one of the few that had come out.
Yeah. But he was up the road, so we wasn't really around him like that.
Because y'all Virginia Beach, right?
Yeah, we Virginia Beach. We love him, that's our brother, but like, you know, that was like up the road. You know, that Richmond, Mass it wasn't Maryland or DC, but it might as well have been in terms of distance. Like you would drive to Hampton, you drive to Newport News, but Richmond was like, that was out there.
Regionally, it made a big difference.
Is Virginia like the beginning of the South?
No.
Because Baltimore is not the South. Maryland is not the South. Then is the South starts in Virginia?
So Maryland is the South. Baltimore is the South.
Because it's Virginia. Baltimore is not the South.
No,
the South.
I mean, technically it is.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My 43 years on this earth means nothing. I've never thought of the Baltimore as being the South.
I mean, I don't know if people in Baltimore consider themselves the South.
Yeah, but that's the South.
Even in football, it's not the South. It's the Eastern football, right? Sonny, look up.
Okay, Eastern. But it's like it ain't. It's not New York. It's like DMV. We're like the South. We listen. You know, we all listen to Go-Go.
Wait, so DC is considered the South too?
I mean, that's like.
Yo, my child is all fucked up right now.
You can say it's up north from us,
right?
But it's south of New York. New York feels like north to us,
right? Up north is the tri-state area.
Right? I'm saying DC still is the East Coast.
I mean, we're all on the East Coast.
Okay, yeah, this is
but
messing me up.
I think what you're thinking, the tri-state area is what is the real Northeast.
That's it. That's all we got. We got New York, New Jersey, and Philly. And
that's pretty much Northeast to us.
Wow. Wow. I thought Maryland was us. I thought Baltimore was us.
Nah, Baltimore, nah. That's like, look. That's a whole other world. The way they dress, the way they talk, everything. That's not.
Yeah, well, Philly's another world, but it's still a part of us.
Philly is.
Philly's still a part of us.
But by the way, that's why they part of the tri-state.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, once you get outside of the tri-state, like, you know, you get to that, you know, you start to get into them different kind of draws, southern draws, and you know what I'm saying? The way they dress different, and the fact that, first of all, I think Philly is where MCs are born. They just grow.
Boxers and MCs come from Philly.
My goodness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the music there, the musicality there is unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you get outside of that, you hit that DC, you know.
Go-Go. I see people fishing in the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bape.
Crazy shit.
That's that Bape song.
So you consider yourself a South producer?
Yes. Yes. But, you know, if I'm going to say, like, where it came from first, right off the cuff, and I don't want nobody to get mad at me because my Maryland folks was mad at me when I said something about Go-Go, and I didn't really mean it that way. This is because I was only really thinking about Baltimore at the time. But, you know, when I think about, like, music coming out of the South, I'm going to say Atlanta and Miami to me.
Really?
Atlanta and Miami made a lot of noise.
Influenced you?
What from these areas influenced?
Well, first of all, I mean, in the 80s, like, the Miami bass was, like, everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like the Gucci Cruise, the MC Shy D, stuff like that?
Yeah, man, that was, like, so powerful.
EFN couldn't wait to claim Miami. Holy shit, you made him. He loves bringing up Miami. Can I get a blunt, please? Don't blunt me.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, all right, so, bouncing around, right?
Paco.
The N.E.R.Ds.
Yes, sir.
All right, what is the difference from the N.E.R.Ds and the Neptunes?
So N.E.R.D was created because for a very long time, we were trying as artists, as the Neptunes, to get a deal. But that never happened because I was just way too out there and too crazy, and time wasn't ready for me, and I wasn't ready for time. And so the context just never made sense. But then, you know, it just started like my influence being out there more, like with the way I dress and, you know, just like, you know, like swagging and like saucing on other people's records and shit. The market started to warm up, and pretty much the gatekeepers, the A&Rs had to be their idea first. When I was presenting, and it was like, remember, like I'll never forget your manager, rest in peace, love, baby Chris. Man, I'll never forget, like one day I was just like rapping so long, just kind of, you know, because at the time I could also like freestyle and shit. And I was freestyling, and then nigga like picked up the phone call like while I was still rapping. And I was just so full of myself at that time, I didn't give a shit. I just kept rapping or whatever. Like Rob Walker would tell you that. That was a very funny story, because Chris was like, yo, hold on a second, I'm still rapping and shit. He'd walk out and take a call and come back. Like, you know, Chris was real like that.
Right.
And, but it was one of those things where, like, it just wasn't that time. So by the time we met Khalees, and then we put her album out over at Virgin, you know, Keith Woods
Janet
at the
Jackson
time.
was on that label at the time, right?
Yeah, Janet Jackson, Lenny Kravitz, and a lot of great rock acts were there. And so it's like after we did the Khalees album, and she came out and she was a success. They felt like, you know, well, what about you guys? Why don't you guys make a record? And I was like, well, I don't want to make a record called the Neptunes. At this point, we're known as production. Like, we need to be something else. And that's when No One Ever Really Dies was born, which was N.E.R.D.
But you thought, to a certain extent, you thought that was capping, like calling yourself nerds, because you're really not a nerd. Right?
No, but
when I think of nerd, I think we're
if you think
nerds.
about it, right, it's an acronym, which is No One Ever Really Dies.
Right.
You know the Revenge of the Nerds? Those guys were horn dogs. Yes. They were bad. They were horny dudes, bro.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. That's what I think of, you know. I'm sorry, but I don't think of, when I look at
horny nerds?
But here's the thing. We grew up in the 90s, right? We grew up in the 80s and the 90s where the nerds ended up, they were
taking
nerds
over
in school, but they ended up like driving the BMWs and the Mercedes, you know, and getting the
Silicon Valley. That's all the nerds from the 80s and the 90s.
So we thought that was super cool. Every time that comes on, I think it's a beat about to drop.
Yeah.
Because there's a note, it goes boom.
That's how you know he's a producer. Look at that. You gotta make a beat out of it.
You can sample it if you want.
You gotta make a beat out the AC. I want to get back to you for a bit, because I know you're humble, and I respect that. But you need to be given your flowers. You're actually, if not the best, which I say you are, but the way Quincy Jones put melodies together and put projects together, you're Quincy Jones of rap. Can you accept that?
I cannot.
Oh my God!
Wow.
You gotta get a shot
And
of something.
you also.
Let's take a shot of your swan shit. Come on, let's go. Let's take a shot of that. What is it called? It doesn't matter. It's taking a shot of it.
It's called Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. God damn it. Oh, shot glass. You got shot glasses. Okay.
Yeah, give me some of that.
Yeah, Purple Rain.
It's not a shot. It's more of a sip. But
okay. But we're gonna take a shot today. God damn it. You got a glass?
Yeah,
look at EFN. He already ready. God damn it. God damn it.
No, but give me a shot of that too.
Okay, please.
Yeah.
Are you gonna take double shots? That's what I'm talking about. Double shots. Double shots.
It's a special occasion.
Oh shit, Big Boy from Outkast just texted me. That's crazy. We got Goody Mob on Monday. Yo, for real, I'm so glad you here. Oh, I'm gonna take a shot.
Oh, wow.
I'm so glad for this. And don't think I'm forgetting my subject.
Okay.
You.
Well, look. So let me take my mask off for this. Lord forgive me. I'm not supposed to be doing this.
But you want to take a shot?
Wife gonna get crazy. No, of course.
Okay.
Take my shot off just to say this.
Salute.
You know. Cheers.
What's the name of this? Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. What's that song?
See if it goes.
Prince immediately texted me as soon as I took that.
That's good.
So when you first introduced me, you said super kind things, but you also included Jesus.
Right.
And I just want to be clear, like, for anybody that does believe or people who are atheists or whatever, God is the absolute greatest. I could never, ever be compared. And I knew you were being colorful.
Yeah,
I knew you were being poetic.
I was trying to do a parable. That's
of
how
course.
Jesus spoke. Yeah, that's how
of
Jesus
course.
spoke.
But I just have to humble myself in that moment to just be like, Yo, God is the greatest.
Wow. You got a show about God on Netflix, right?
Well, my uncle does, called, Voices of Fire.
Okay, what is this about? Let's break that down.
So that is my uncle, and then I want to get back to giving it up to the guy.
Yes, okay.
So, my uncle it was a child prodigy and playing piano, and he was a renowned, in the gospel world, he was a renowned organist and pianist. And he played for a lot of churches. And at some point, it was his calling to also become a pastor, and he became a bishop. And I just thought, man, if he has all of that talent and was known previously as being this great, musician, that his choir needed to be amazing. And Hampton Roads has so much talent that we wanted to make sure that we gave them a platform to build a great choir that pulled from all of, Newport News, Hampton, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, Chesapeake, Suffolk, to pull them all in to get the best people who could arguably all sing lead if they wanted to, but have to work within the confines of being a choir and not being the one to sing the lead. So being so good that you're able to be humble and can be part of something bigger than yourself. So that was Voices of Fire.
Goddamn, make some noise for Voices of Fire.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
So I want to go back to this thing.
Okay, go back.
God is the greatest, man.
Goddamn it, God is greatest.
And I'm not perfect. I'm not sinless.
Right.
But I know when I look over, like I used to say it on my like a lot of my career, I'm like, man, why me? Like, how did I get here? And I know you've questioned it. I'm sure you have as well.
Yeah, we all have.
But the key is because I think the universe puts us in this position because it knows that we are gonna give back. It knows that we are gonna take our experiences and share the codes with our other brothers and sisters, and that's the reason why. Maybe somebody else might not have wanted to share the codes. And you know that in the music industry where you see some people doing well, other people not. And it's only until you start feeling lucky that someone pulls you to the side and gives you the code. Like, why should we feel lucky?
Just spraying Da Vinci, positive energy sometimes. Positive energy, for you kicking that positive shit. Gotta keep going, baby.
But why should we feel lucky that our brother or our sister is sharing the codes? That's something wrong with the culture. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I know it's my duty. I know I'm not just having these experiences because my own glorification or my own enjoyment. Is because I'm meant to share the codes.
I'm gonna get another shot of Purple Rain.
And we just got to continue to do that. We got to share the codes, man.
Share those goddamn codes, goddamn. So, I want another shot of Purple Rain, goddamn. I don't know what it is. I'm not even gonna ask what it is.
No, it's just it has tequila in there, but there's a natural flower that turns it purple.
Not purple haze, N.O.R.E.
Okay. So, all right, I'm bouncing around a little bit.
Okay.
Now we got the Humanrace.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You got skin cream too. Or
Yeah.
is that called Humanrace as well?
Yeah. So this sneakers, apparel.
God damn it.
Humanrace, right? And then skincare. By the way, we got a box for you.
We got a box for me. Oh, God damn it.
Can we bring it out?
Yeah, bring it out. Bring it out. Me and my wife. You remember my wife right there?
Yes,
come on.
yes.
We're gonna do some skincare. God damn it. We're gonna do it. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, film it.
Okay. Can you open it so I know?
I want you to open it.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Just so you can.
I'm not a good opener.
Can I knock something over?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm not a good.
Oh
opener.
yeah, give him his gift.
We got some gifts too. Where's Sonny D? We got some gifts for you too. Goddamn it. Holy shit. All right. I can take the tape off, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Boom. All right now. Come on. You got the camera zoomed in on it? Come on now.
This for you, brother.
Oh, thank you,
Great
bro.
chance. Boom.
Thank you.
This is too fly. You know what I'm saying? This is double boxed. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Okay.
Come on, help me out. Which way? This way? Go ahead, Lee. You Dominican. Dominicans know how to open everything. Give it to him. Bam. Humanrace, make some noise! Whatever it is, it looks beautiful. Good.
That's me?
Yeah, and this stuff right here too as well.
Man, look, it's another box. It's like the Russian thing.
The couple over there got stable by Supreme.
Hey, look at that. Y'all focusing on that?
Yo.
Yeah. Holy shit. This is so elegant. This is like, I feel like I'm opening the GQ box.
The Ewins.
Holy
Capone
moly.
Noriega, thank you. And the deck.
Give that to me. That stuff.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
So this right here,
Oh. Okay.
check this out. This was made in Japan. This is this right here. And then this right here shows you like where to put it. This goes in your room. So that's your rice powder cleanser.
Wow.
This is your exfoliator that has an AHA, glycolic acid in it.
Wow.
And it also has the lotus enzyme in there.
Right.
And that helps like exfoliate. Wow. And then it's the humidifying cream, which also has a snow mushroom in it, which locks in moisture. This is what's gonna go in y'all's bathroom, sis.
God damn it. God damn it. Make some noise for us. I feel like getting a massage. For no reason. Come on, goddamn. Yeah, please. Yeah, come on, Mr. Lee. Put it back together neatly, please. I want to put it in my car. Come on. Ah, come on. This is. Oh, let me take my shot.
Good?
Yo, did you hit your Purple Rain? Oh yeah, and a Superthug OG shirt too. Oh. God damn, you know we gotta go. Come on, I'm sorry, man. We love you, Pharrell, over here. Sorry. Cheers. Sorry. We love you, Pharrell. Come on. Now I know I'm bouncing around a little bit, but you got a chance to work with Snoop Dogg. This is after Snoop had went through his turmoil with Death Row, and then he went to No Limit, and then after that, you got a chance to work with Snoop. How was that for you?
So I think I'm trying to remember, and I'm really sorry if my memory is not serving me correctly, but I think when we did Church to the Palace and Beautiful, I think that was on No Limit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure.
I think that was.
Beautiful.
You got
was on No Limit?
I think that was.
Yeah, come on, Has, you just sitting around. Come on, what's going on? You sitting around thinking like we thinking. You know, you got a job to do, brother.
Hey, cuz, wasn't he on No Limit still? That was.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah, I
think
feel like it
was.
might not have been.
Oh, it was right after that.
Right.
Because there was the one with Snoop's. Huh?
Beautiful.
Felt like that was right after he left No Limit.
I think it was.
Okay, maybe it was. Hey.
Yeah, but we got Google. We can't. It's 2020.
Senor Google will tell us
We
right
can't
now.
guess. Yeah, let it shine. Make sure you got that on camera.
Oh, man, nah, thank you.
Yeah. Come on, Has.
I didn't even intend it. I just wanted to present it to you.
Yeah. No, let it shine, baby. Come on. We here.
2002. Came across to be the boss, Snoop Dogg.
Wasn't that the one that was on No Limit, that album?
Polygram or something?
Priority.
Priority, yeah.
Oh, that's when he made it. He became like an executive priority.
Yeah,
And he re-released all those albums.
But I guess my question to be a little
Okay,
sharper.
sorry about that.
Is you know, this is a legend, right? He's worked with Dr. Dre. He's worked with all these other people. Is that pressure for you to do something more, or like what do you do like when you're in a situation like that? You know?
I think pressure comes from the idea of having to face the idea or the notion that you could fail, right? And there's a lot of people that spend a lot of time doing that. And as I said to you before, we're from Virginia. I never lost that feeling like, man, I get a chance to work with Snoop. The only thing I'm focused on is how crazy it could be. And my only job is to try to match what I'm doing with that feeling of, man, you know how crazy this could be? That's when I knew, just for a second, that's when I knew like nothing was not where it needed to be.
Right.
until we got to that place. Cause I was like, no, do you understand? Like, yo, we did Superthug. We got and we did. Oh no,
exactly.
Like we had fun.
yes.
Right, and then even some of our like other records that weren't even singles were good. Cocaine
Business.
Crazy record.
My mistake. Word.
You know,
record.
like we had joints. Ain't like one of our underrated ones, and then we'll go back to Big Bro Snoop is
Grammy?
No.
I'm a G.
I'm a G.
Yeah.
I'm a G.
Oh.
I'm a G was hard. You know, it's my fault. I was overweight at that time. I didn't translate in the video. When the people see me in the video, I didn't look believable. I was just overweight. I was stressed out. So it's my fault. That record didn't work. I'm gonna be honest. I'm taking that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that one because, like, I mean, it was translated. Because you know who picked that record? N.O.R.E Reid.
Wow.
N.O.R.E Reid handpicked that record. He was like, I'm going to bat for this record. But it was I was dealing with so much at the time, I couldn't focus on me. So the record was great. But like I told that to Busta, I was like, yo, this time, you know, Busta's album, sorry I'm all over the place, but Busta's album, he has the look and the records.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have the look and you won't have the records. Sometimes you have the records and
but
don't have the look.
Yeah.
And that's, do you enjoy Busta, this album?
Man, I'm so happy for him.
I'm so happy for Busta too.
Like,
Let's give it up for Busta.
And shout out to our homie Garcia directing videos for Buzz.
Oh, he directed
the Love the Devout joint, yeah.
God damn, that's what's
I'm
up.
so happy for him, bro, because he's doing what he want to do, how he want to do it, and he's saying all the shit he want to say. And by the way, he continues to reinvent himself every time. Yeah, definitely happy for Big Bro. Like,
Super
man, I enjoyed it.
So let's get back to
Snoop.
Snoop, yes.
So with Snoop, it was like, man, he came in on his tour bus, and you know, he was like, yo, just give me that shit, P. And I was like, okay. And you know, we were working in there, and then like once I was ready, he would come down off his tour bus. Because we were still working in Master Sound at the time. It was Hovercraft. We had Chad and I bought the studio. And when he came in, we did Church to Palace. He loved that, and he really loved Beautiful. I didn't get Beautiful. I didn't get Beautiful mainly because I was on there singing flat as fuck, and just didn't hear it. I thought it was a fun record.
Right.
And we put Charlie Wilson on it. I was like, man, Charlie's sounding amazing. And this feels good to me, but no one's ever going to go for this. So, yeah. Right. So I thought Church to Palace, because it was harder. Right. And then when that record popped, I was like, wow. You know, and Snoop's always been that guy that's like, yo, take me there. I trust you. Right. And you could tell that he worked with a seasoned, you know, a really seasoned genius producer who was really really our generation's greatest producer of all time is Dr. Dre.
I got him number 2.
You know, he's
I'm sorry, man. I got you number 1, bro. Just let it go.
Okay.
Let it go.
letting it go. But Dr. Dre is like, man, Dr. Dre, bro.
No, of course. We respect him. Of course, we love him.
But Snoop was just like, Snoop. You know what? Our greatest rap records are always when I'm in the studio with someone who's a personality. Right. And you guys were always like personalities. I didn't get a chance to work with Capone. When I first met you, Capone he had gotten locked up already. See, that's just something like this.
It's a beat. It's a beat.
We'll wait for the beat for you to make the introduction.
You got some Purple Rain? Because I'm taking another shot. You want a little bit more Purple Rain? Take a shot with me? Yeah, come on. Purple Rain. I ain't gonna lie. I'm going to Swan and ordering Purple Rain. This is dang. Look, I'm taking a shot. He taking a whole glass. I respect you.
You sip it.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm turning this into a shot.
Okay.
I'm turning this to salud.
Cheers.
Salud.
Cheers,
okay,
my bro.
Finish.
Yeah.
That shit good. That's why I wish you didn't tell me it was tequila in there. Because it's so good, I might have. So now I'm gonna be careful because I hate tequila.
And tequila will sneak up on you.
You only get tequila when you just want your energy to be turned up. Mm-hmm. But I hate the taste.
Right. I hate the taste.
I can't
taste it. This is why this is dangerous.
This is why the flowers is.
Yeah, this is at Swan, by the way.
Okay, that's at Swan. Goddamn.
Yep, that's Swan. You know, for me, like, I just feel like characters are always the ones that, like, I'm able to give context to. You know, Mona Lisa was a character, but Da Vinci was able to put the track behind her that made her face make sense with that, because if you take that, if you get her out of the photo and just look at the backdrop, it's like some rolling hills, a little bit of water. Big deal. Right. But it was perfect for her, right? And that's what I've always enjoyed as a musician, Chad and I, is to, you know, we did what it is right now for Busta. I would have never been able to make that beat if it weren't for him. If Busta wouldn't have walked in the studio with that energy, and I had made it for him, but that's Busta, like
what it is right now.
Khalees on there, yep. And you know, Superthug, it's like Malik was really good friends with Rob Walker.
Yep. And
he was like, yeah, it's this guy N.O.R.E, you should check him out. And I knew who you were because of Blood Money.
Right. Yeah.
When I heard Blood Money, classic. I did not understand like, because there's not too many like thuggish characters who are really dedicated to being a character as much as they're dedicated to being a thug. There's you, there's Cameron, you know, there's just different guys. You know, there are new guys that I like today that I feel like they go into character and like I just really love what they do. And their verbs are great, but it's the idea that they're willing to go there. The Baby has that. You know, Black Youngster has that. You know what I'm saying? Like they go into they stay the character the whole time. A Black Youngster TikTok is as funny, entertaining, and as hard as his song.
You got TikTok?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't got TikTok.
But I see it though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Somewhere, yeah.
And people don't know the Baby been around for a while. Like,
he used to be actual Pampers.
Yes, man. I remember BET Awards years ago. Like he's like really a character. He's dedicated to that. You know what I'm saying? Nelly is another one. Like Mo, people don't know. Mo real. Mo is very real. And he stayed in that character the whole time. Band-Aid under the eye. You know what I'm saying? Go to doing the dance, doing the. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but those kind of guys, Snoop is one of them. I know I digressed a bit, but I wanted to make the picture like. There's a reason you mention him, because there's him, you.
The reason why I kind of focused on him, I'm sorry to cut you off. The reason why I kind of focused on him is because he had this whole illustrious career prior to you. So. That's what I'm thinking is like, yo, are you thinking like you're gonna mess this up? I'm not gonna rake a less record than, you know what I mean? What he done with Dr. Dre is that's what I'm saying. Is there pressure?
No way. I'm like, man, I want to do whatever it takes to add to that. And I know what my ultimate competition was. I knew I had to make something that felt as good, not better, but as good as 187 on the undercover car.
Yeah.
Creep with me as I glide through the hood, maniac, lunatic, call me Snoop Eastwood. You're like that. What?
See, this is what a lot of people don't know. How much of a hip hop person you really are. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah. And I would think that's the most. Would you say it's important to maintain that fandom, to be creative with these people?
Yes, man. Listen, hey, when I first heard. This wasn't too long ago, but I'm just trying to tell you these moments that when I feel it and I just fall over and I can't do anything with myself but just roll over and just die over and over again. When I heard Gucci Mane's Peeping Out the Blinds, have you heard that song? Fine at these niggas, fine at these niggas, fine at these niggas outside. I feel like Malcolm X is peeping out the blinds. There's gonna be 500 niggas outside when I'm not finding these niggas, finding the siren, and finding these niggas outside. I feel like Malcolm X is peeping out the blinds. It's gonna be brothers on the sun, it's outside. When that shit going, who your man now? Click, clack. Oh my God. No. Click, pow, pow. Man down, click, clack. Who your man now? I know you heard about Gucci Mane. Oh my God, you guys have to hear that. Yeah, bro. You know when I get to that place, you know I'm dead. I'm dead. You know I don't. It's nothing. It's over. It's like the first time I heard Juvenile's Ha. Oh my God.
You know what's fucked up for
Game
me?
changer.
First time I heard Juvenile Ha, I was in New Orleans. I was in there. Doing a Puerto Rican show at that. How about it? In New Orleans. It's the weirdest shit ever. Like, you got Puerto Ricans out here? Yeah. French. Yeah, but yeah. So what was what is that first experience like when you hear other people's records and it's dope? Do you say I wish I could have made that, or do you say What did you?
First
Is there a record that you ever heard you said, I wish I would have made that? Better question.
Oh my God, there's so many.
Just give me one off top.
Tribe Called Quest, Lyrics to Go.
Damn, I knew you was gonna go to Tribe. I just felt it.
Lyrics
to Go.
I was at Tammy Lucas's house, me, Gnu, Cam. We bought that shit for the first time. We was over there listening to that shit. And Shay Bay was over there. We died. I played that shit.
The one that's in N.E.R.D,
N.E.R.D, yeah. We died. All of us died. We died.
Is that new slang for like it's dope? You died?
Well, so in
like,
music,
our fans are stupid. For
so in music,
come on, man, turn it off.
in music,
bro, got a drug, you died, come back. You know what I mean?
Like, something's amazing. It's like, yo, you died, and then and then, bro, when he says shit like, fam, when he says like, when people are boxing and somebody is drunk and they about to get knocked out, be like, no, he dead. He dead. We say, oh, he's in the coffin.
Okay.
Or when someone's been drinking too much and they just finished for the night, we're like, he's dead.
He dead.
Yeah.
We've been dead a couple of times.
You're just not a drink champ.
Yeah, it's not a drink champ.
And then when it's real bad, you're like, yo, he in the coffin. No, bro, come get him. He in the coffin. Then when it's like real bad, it's like, when it's real bad, you be like, yo, maggots. He's maggots right now. He's maggot. Come get him.
Oh, that's when.
But it's not. But we find that comical because you see a person and they in the mix, and it's like you already know they about to have a rough 24 hours of waking up, crazy hangover, just finished. So we just, so there's two kind of contexts of using the word dying and dead. We try to stay away from the third one.
Yeah.
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 Amen.
It's all about life.
Yeah.
Now, you always been a guy that's always been like, woman is around all the time.
Yeah.
How do you develop that?
Man, I think women are the greatest gift to us. They actually give us life. I don't understand hating women in any way, shape, or form because that's forgetting where you actually come from. Every last human being walking around here came from a woman. Unless you came out of a test tube and, God bless you. But other than that, I
don't know where to go with this, girl.
But right? All of us come from that amazing silver lining of an elevator through the conduit of a woman's body. So how could you hate on what gave you life? You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is like, I say this all the time, man, we'll never know what it's like to be a woman because once a month they go through some shit that we'll never be able to understand, and they got to keep a smile on their face, and they got to continue to deliver. They got to continue to work. They can come to work and talk to you about what in the Native American culture they call the moon. They can't talk about when they go through their moon or through their cycle or whatever. They got to just do what they do. We'll never know. Can you imagine feeling like shit for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, and you still got to perform all 30 days of the month, or 31 days of the month?
Right.
And then the other thing that we'll never know, the burden of being a woman is, well, there's lots of them, right? Like societal burdens that they get put through. They don't even get paid the same of us. We couldn't even imagine.
That's actually a real thing?
That's a real fucking thing still. It's like 70 cents on a man's dollar.
Wow.
Yeah, so but then, and that's a lot of them, right? I'm not talking about, women like Sheryl Sandberg who they supersede. But even she could just tell you, like, she goes through things as well. Or like, our new vice president-elect, Harris, Kamala Harris, like, she could tell you things that she's going through, even in the highest position, like one of the leaders of the free world. But the other thing that women do too, man, is they bring life into this world. They literally hold on to life. Like, as men, we don't know what that's like. We got to do shit. They keep doing stuff while they're carrying life in their bodies. Like, my wife literally had 4 heartbeats in her body at one time because she had triplets.
Oh, wow, that's what I forgot.
Right, so she grew 3 sets of organs in her body.
Wow.
While she had her own set of organs. So literally, my wife had 4 heartbeats going on at once.
Wow, that's amazing. Let's make some noise for that. I totally forgot.
So it's like, it's just, my feeling for women I love them from a lovely place. I love them from a lustful place. I love them all the way around. And I just, you know, they've always been a huge motivational force for my music. You know, there's always that. There's always like, women were always the concern, like, okay, what are the girls gonna think? You know, when they hear this beat, or how they gonna feel when they hear this melody, or, you know what I'm saying? So that's really the reason why I've always just had them around.
I remember that in the beginning, like, you know, from Superthug on, when we would play records, or you would play records back, you wouldn't play a record unless a woman was in the section. You would be like, yo, hold on, N.O.R.E. Like, you'd be like, no, let's just make sure, like, you always wanted a woman's opinion.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I knew Superthug would work with the women.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but Superthug, my album was done. I'm gonna get to the first day I met you. My album was done. And you said to me, you can't, your album's not done. Like, you were cocky in the beginning. Like,
oh my God.
like in the beginning, like this is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you looked at me like, it was like, no, you're not closing your album. Your album is not closed. And I was like, I didn't know how to, you know, what's it called, reforecast? Like, I learned that later. And you was like, this is the greatest story, right?
Not this part.
No.
This part is not great.
It's a part of the story.
No,
this part is embarrassing.
And you know where it was at? Sound on Sound Studios.
Oh my God.
And I remember because Biggie used to go upstairs. A lot of people thought Biggie recorded in
Hit Factory.
Bad Boy.
Yeah.
But around the corner from Bad Boy, one block over, remember, it was on 44th, Daddy's house, excuse me. And 45th was Sound on Sound. It's the first day I met you. I walked in, you quoted Bloody Money, quoted Bloody Money to me, and I was like, wow. And then as soon as you finished, you said, but I don't have one thug bone in my body. I said, I like this guy. He's real. And then you said, your album's not closed, though. And I said, yo, I'm closed. So if you remember, at the end of Superthug, I'm actually saying N.O.R.E, N.O.R.E, the remix. Because this was actually was going to use it as the remix to N.O.R.E because I was trying to do what Big did with One More Chance. And one more, like, you know, One More Chance, one record.
Beat, right.
And what happened was, we played the record to these NYC DJs. Or I think it was all DJs. And you know what everyone said? Because they didn't understand the Neptune sound at the time. They all looked at us in our face and said, this is too dark of a record.
It's a classic.
Relax, let me get to it. So listen, I'm sitting there because the record label want to go with Banned from TV, and I'm like, we gotta go with Superthug. And we played it for all these people. They said,
Wait. Do y'all understand what Banned from TV was?
Yes. Yeah.
Does everybody know who was on that song? Do people really understand?
Yeah.
Yo, do people really? I don't want to. I just want to take a hold on a second.
Yes. Okay.
Do y'all understand how crazy Banned from TV is? First of all, the title alone.
Right. And people don't know like the actual Banned from TV like at that time. Yeah.
You guys.
But listen, let me tell you. So the DJs say the record is too dark, meaning like it's gonna work as a tunnel and that's it. So that's the reason why if you look at Superthug video, there's not one nighttime shot in the video. We shot the whole shit in the daytime.
We did.
You remember?
Yeah.
We shot the whole
Who told
shit.
you that? It was too dark?
I swear to God, I should have clapped for that. Goddamn, what the fuck? No, but it was the whole, and it was crazy because
that record spoke to us in the South immediately.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like
I was excited because to me that was a South record. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. You always told me that.
Yeah.
He always told me, yo, you made a South record. And I was like, really? I never understood that Virginia's, I'm clear today, Virginia is the South.
Well, just to be clear, and not to get political, but Richmond is the capital of Virginia, but Richmond was also the capital of the Confederacy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's as South as it gets.
Wow, that's right. That's right. So I get to this point, and I'll break it down, because you gave me I got 10 top phone calls of my life, and you're 2 of them. I don't know who called you and told you that they were throwing chairs.
Yes.
But then you called me and said, this record is phenomenal. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, they can't play it in the club. They don't cheers.
Yes.
It was one of the greatest calls I ever got. When you called me and you was like, it's really like, I was like, wow. Because you gotta remember, I was supposed to go into a deeper story with my father, but I didn't want to do that. But, so you remember that call when you called me? It was like, they're throwing cheers.
Bro, I remember that. I don't remember that call specifically, but I remember that time and I remember that feeling. I remember Rod Walker calling me going, yo, they played the record in such and such and such.
It was First to Tunnel.
I guess that's where, I don't know if it was there, but he was like, yeah, they played it in such and such. He was like, yo, and they had to turn the record off. They kept playing it back to back, and after a while, like they got like everybody was just getting unruly, and he was like, "Yo, niggas was throwing chairs. Niggas was throwing chairs," and I'm like, "What?"
Yes.
And that was like at the time, like that's not a big deal to whoever the kids that are listening now. They don't understand.
They don't get
but we were changing the tide of what happened because Onyx had a big moment where they were mosh pitting and things like that as well. 100%.
They were kind of the only ones that were doing it.
Right? But then here comes this guy that come from, T.O.N.Y. and New York, get the blood money.
You wouldn't see it coming from
that guy
with an up-tempo.
That guy had Violator blood.
Right.
He wasn't just like, with all due love and respect, he wasn't like just like a hood, like Queensbridge rapper.
Right.
He was, I actually met the people who own Left Rack. It was like really wild at the UN.
What a floss.
Yeah, that blew
let's
my...
make some noise with him knowing niggas that own the project.
That shit blew my mind. I met them at the UN.
Wow.
And they were like, yeah, such and such Left Rack. I was like...
Met them at the UN, brother. At the UN.
I was like,
Did he say the UN?
The UN.
Oh, okay. I
met him at the UN.
Nobody said that at this table.
But I'm just saying... I knew that you were a character when I heard Blood Money. So here we go with this song, and I felt like we had, Chad and I had...
you also said to me, you said, just listen to me.
Like that?
I swear to God. And I was like, I am. I don't know why. I just was like, and it's crazy, we was the exact opposite. Because I had a 4X on at the time. You remember this was baggy clothes.
Yeah.
And you came in with tight clothes from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's noise for you. It's noise for you, baby. I was like, and for some reason, I just believed you. So I'm gonna get to the story and then we're gonna bounce back. You gave me maybe 2 beats. And I was on my way to Miami. This is why the Marlin Hotel is always significant. So you said, yo, this third beat, don't listen to it till you land in Miami. And we landed in Miami. It was at the Ken Hotel. Whatever promoter it is, he was a foul person for putting me in the Ken Hotel.
Come on, I put you in the Ken Hotel.
It might have been you, man! I'm not proud of this. Never let this go. But anyway, so I go upstairs and I remember...
It was a foul.
It's a foul hotel. They pool is across the street, from across the street. It's just crazy. So I go there and I remember I played, so you played me the first 2 ones in Sound on Sound. You said this third one don't listen to till you get to Miami. So I got to the Ken Hotel, whatever, I get upstairs, I played it, and you already had it. Manuel Noriega. It was the first time a producer took their time to make a beat for me. I don't think you guys understand what the hell I'm trying to say. Like, this time people just give you a beat, and if you like it, they'll just sell it to Coogee Rap or sell it to, whoever. Like, when I heard that shit, it blew my mind. I wrote that whole shit in like 20 minutes. I was like, and I called you immediately. The only thing I said, because Tammy Lucas was singing, yeah. And I was like, could she change it to what?
Yeah.
He was like, tomorrow, we'll do it in right track. So I was like, I'm flying back tomorrow. And I flew back, and that was probably, like, what made you do that? Like, what made you put that? Because I swear to God, I was buying the beat. Just because you said my name before we was in the studio together. I was like, how did you...
What's the whole story behind
Because I don't know his part. I always told my part, right? I definitely don't know your part when you presented me that beat. And MC Light told me she had the beat once.
Society told me he had to be the artist that was on... What's Ted Lucas's label? Slip and Slide Records. He said he heard that beat.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
I think I made something for Light. And we were definitely trying to get, because like, Looking at Me was for BBD.
Double DeVoe.
If you think, why you over there looking at me? Why my girl standing there?
That's for Bell Biv DeVoe?
Yeah.
I could hear that.
They passed on it?
I don't think that it made sense for them at the time. Yes.
But yes, they passed on it. Yes. All right, thank you.
But look, that's how God worked though, man. I mean, look, the Queen, Janet Jackson, our sis, we made Slave for You, and she actually recorded it, but she just didn't use it. And when she didn't use it, we gave it to Britney Spears.
Wow.
So I've been blessed with a lot of that, where like artists did not feel like something was for them, but it made sense for someone else.
Gave me Outlaw for Nas. You remember that?
Crazy.
I'm an outlaw. I brung it to Nas. And Nas was like, I don't get it. Like, oh!
Yeah.
You don't remember?
Yeah.
You actually made that for Nas.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes,
I'm telling you, bro. I don't remember what happened yesterday, but I remember a whole beginning. I remember it verbatim because it was just a great moment for me.
It's crazy because I am I lean forward so much that my chronology of things, like I told you, I thought maybe like Church to the Palace and Beautiful might have been on. On No Limit, and it was actually on Priority.
Right.
Sometimes I'll be mixing those things up.
Wasn't No Limit Priority as well, though, distributed?
It was.
It
was.
Right.
But I think they got smart.
So that was one of my favorite calls.
But wait, did we finish the Superthug? I still want to know how that beat came to be.
So,
we did not. Thank you.
No, so at that time, we were still we were making money. We were still making music, in Chad's mom's and Chad's parents' house. We still, we just felt like I had a vibe in there, so we'd go in there and make music, but it started getting too loud for his mom, and his mom was eventually starting to get sick, so we had to, move or, start just working purely in the studio.
Right.
But there were times where we would go back in his mom's house and make music, too. Because we just felt like
big bottle of
man, go ahead.
Do you mind? You know what I'm saying? This is that big bottle because you worth popping this big bottle.
Yeah,
right?
listen.
No guest has a Magnum.
Love the big bro. Love the big bro.
You know the whole. He sent this personally. You know what I mean? He wanted you to get. You know what I mean? God damn it! I'm gonna continue your story. It's wonderful.
Yeah. But yeah, Tammy was around. We was making beats and stuff, and she would be there, and sometimes she would hear things and she would sing on it, and she heard that. What did you say it was at first?
It was yeah.
And
you had everything on there. You had this is the life, y'all, of a superstar. You had that. You had Manuel Noriega in the Philippines, and I was like, dude, this nigga, my DJ is from the Philippines. I was like, damn, this nigga is ill. I was like, whatever Google was back then, I was like, yo, he Googled the nigga. It wasn't Google. But I was like, I said, I felt obligated. So I wrote the whole rhyme. I came back to right track, and I laid the whole shit. The what's is how I counted bars. That was never meant to be the chorus.
I know, you told me that.
I was like, what?
I didn't know that until maybe 10 years ago.
And you was like, listen, I remember laying on, because I didn't know how to punch in. You fucking young motherfuckers. You young motherfuckers with your punch in. I didn't know how to punch in, bro. So I laid the whole shit, straight.
Bro, I'm older than you though, by the way.
I know, you're 47, goddammit, and you're looking 27, goddammit.
That's the skincare product.
We're gonna use the skincare product. That's the goddamn show. That's the goddamn show. Make some noise for the skincare. So, by the way, this is the greatest session of my life. So that's the reason why I remember it. I don't remember shit. But I remember, and I just laid it. And remember, Right Track had an upstairs, downstairs.
Yeah.
So I think I ordered some food or something, and you was just down there. And I kept saying, we got the hook. He was like, I got the hook already. You was just brushing me off. And I was like, all right, cool. I had no idea what you did with it. And I just listened to you.
Wow.
It was just like, fuck it. And I said, they're going to laugh at me. And he said, this is your words. He said, and you're going to laugh all the way to the bank. And I said, all right, I believe you. I believe you. And you were right. And I had the #1 fucking record. N.E.R.D, we had lunch with N.E.R.D the other day, and he was like, yo, bro, and he was telling me how he should have listened to me because I said, yo, he was like, he was saying, like, he's like, yo, that sound at the time, like, that's how they described the Neptune sound at first, because I guess it was affiliated with me. So
Yes.
they was thinking you guys was because these tough things. So they were saying that's a dark sound,
bruh. Soft as butter.
no.
No, listen. I've never. Let me explain
sound.
something to you.
Okay.
I've never been a tough guy.
No.
But you're right. There were times when people like, yo, was it? Nah, bruh. Lil Wayne took me around. We went to visit. We were doing a show down there, and like, he was a fan, and he took us to this club down there, and it was the equivalent of being in DC. Like sometimes DC have, you know, what's bro name that? What's his name? Kevin. What's his name that do all the like DC clubs there? He did Dream. Mark Barnes. And why the fuck I say Kevin? So like they have like listen, love and respect to Mark Barnes. He has some of the craziest, amazing clubs and venues that like life partook and was created at. Babies were made there, or at least initiated. And in New Orleans and Louisiana, there was like these clubs that were just as big. Like you go to a club that had 3,000 people, and Lil Wayne took me to one, and this was the most gangster shit. I mean, there's a couple of times where I was like in an environment, I lost my fucking mind, like, and immediately like left the studio, left the club going, let's go make some music. Right. Lil Wayne took me to a place
in New Orleans.
Man, and it was white tee central.
Gold teeth
everywhere.
Reeboks.
And you could the guns were in the club, bro. Right. Everybody had a gun, bro. Like it would have gone down. A lot of people would have got like hit up. And for me, like, I'm not a tough guy, bro. I really believe in paying taxes, because when you pay taxes, it's like you shouldn't feel no kind of way dialing 911. You know what I'm saying?
I knew you was gonna say that.
Like I'm like not a tough guy, bro. I'm not listen, you think Steven Spielberg, as many great movies he's ever made, or Stanley Kubrick, you think these guys are good fucking shots? They're terrible shots. They probably never been to the fucking gun range. They can make the movie, right? I make the music, right? Because I'm inspired by it, right? Literally, where were we the other night? We was at the Hit Factory. Yesterday they were shooting like 4 or 5 shots and shit.
Well, here in Miami, oh yeah, because that's in the hood, yeah.
So
across the street is there.
Yeah. The hood,
so Kelly comes in. She's like, "Can I talk to you for a second? We're in a session." She says, "Can I talk to you a second?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah." So they're shooting in the parking lot. I'm leaving. I'm like, "Where the fuck are you going? They're shooting outside. You act like the fucking the Uber or the Lyft is gonna pull up in the middle of the shit." But literally, I'm not a tough guy. I knew I'm staying my ass inside, and the fucking FBI is on speed dial, bro. Not a fucking tough guy. You people say things about snitching. I'm fucking snitching, bro. What are you talking about? Yo, everybody plays their part. This is a movie. Everybody plays their part. There are tough guys that don't snitch. I'm snitching. Don't do nothing around me. I'm not built for the jail life. I'm snitching. What the fuck do you mean? Hey, you can't get mad at me. I gotta do I have a purpose. I have to be me. I have to do my job. And I have to play my part in this movie. And my part is, I told you not to do that shit. I told you I wasn't built for this. I'm really sorry, but this is your deal. Your Honor, jury, are you guys listening? Oh, shit. I asked him not to do this, and if he was gonna do it or she was gonna do it, don't fucking tell me.
Well, you're a civilian. You can get away with that 1,000,000%. I don't think any street guy in the world would be offended by you saying that.
Everybody's not fucking tough, man. You're gonna go do 25 years in a condition you know you are not built for because you want to look tough. I am not fucking tough. You know what I want to look like? Fucking free and happy and living my life.
You can get away with that totally. No street person in the world will be offended by saying that because you never claimed a tough guy.
No,
That's
man.
the problem. The problem is it's not people that think like you. The problem is the people that portray a certain image. You have never portrayed that image, so no one can ever be offended by that statement that you just said.
And how many people do you really know really ride and don't tell? How many times y'all talk about your friends is the hardest guy in the world? This motherfucker's like.
There's a middle ground. There's a middle ground.
But it's true. But how many?
There's not just super gangster and telling. There's a middle ground in there, and you're here right now.
Right.
Yeah, you're here right now. We're not living the gangster life. We're not
There's
living
the purgatory of that.
This is where we at right here. This is guys who survived the street life. But we're not telling. But I mean, we're not involved in shit though. We're not involved with that. We're not involved with shit. You know what I'm saying? We're not involved with nothing. We're good.
Hey, man.
And we pay our taxes, the ones we have to.
We pay our taxes.
The ones we have to.
I am a bicycle, not a four-wheeler.
Right.
Okay? I'm meant to ride, but there's only so much weight I can take, and there's only so much terrain I can take, and I can only go but so fast. I'm very clear on that.
So let me switch the subject a little bit.
Okay.
Well, you mentioned Lil Wayne and Pusha T.
Yeah.
They had this discrepancy.
Yep.
Where was your stance on that?
My stance was I didn't want to see that go that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was a, that didn't make me happy. I'd hate to see what him and Drake are going through or what they went through. I hated to see all of it, every bit of it.
Right.
It wasn't good. Drake's amazing and Drake is all powerful and he's so talented.
Like Pusha went too far. You think Pusha went too far?
You know, like, I Pusha didn't tell me because he knows I would have, stood in front of him as much as I could.
Said, chill.
But he's a different kind of person. He's a Taurus. You know what I'm saying? And Taurus people, I don't know if there's anybody out there right now,
month
but
is that? October?
Taurus.
It's April. My daughter's a Taurus.
Right. So when you feel like a line is crossed and you take off the gloves, that's just where your brain is at. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Drake is a Scorpio, and they never forget. And
what month is that?
That's in December.
Yeah, like it's just the worst combination of two people who are very pure and very loyal to the people that they love.
And it's crazy because you produced What Happened to That Boy with Pusha T, Birdman, and Wayne.
Yeah, I didn't want that, man. It still breaks my heart to this day because I would have loved to have heard those guys on a song together or heard a joint project together.
What, Pusha and Wayne or
Pusha and Drake?
Pusha and Drake.
I would have loved to have seen that. That'd have been
Drake singing and Pusha hitting the bars.
Whatever, and Drake rhyming. Drake got bars, bro.
Yeah,
Drake
got
bars. By the way, Pusha says Drake got bars. Yeah,
Drake definitely got bars.
When Drake makes something that's amazing, we talk about it all the time. When something's it's amazing.
Right.
It ain't that. It's just that Pusha's really.
Has that tarnished your relationship with Drake? Like, has it affected it in any way?
I mean, we've talked several times. I love Drake. I mean, even in the middle of all that stuff, like he said super nice and kind things to me on the DM and in public. Like, I don't think Drake doesn't. Neither one of them are into problems. They don't like it. Like, it's unnecessary. But they're both people who, like, when they feel like they're being pushed to a limit, they got to do what they got to do. No, it's all good. I wasn't happy about that. You know what I'm saying? And man, I talk to Pusha all the time. Like, he's really a good guy. It's just, in his mind, he just felt like when the gloves come off.
Gloves came off because he mentioned his girl, right?
That was a different kind of line. And by the way, and I'm sure it would have, if Drake had a girl and they were as serious, I'm sure Drake would have felt the same way. But again, it's like, that's the thing with rap. Like, there should be rules, but there's kind of no rules, and people will do and say anything. Man, the stuff that Biggie and Pac went through, and
is it true that
with
Drake
the wives
actually had an Adidas deal? Because I know you big in Adidas as well, right? Drake had an Adidas deal, and Pusha T got him up out of there.
He did have a deal there, but again, all of this was unbeknownst to me. Like, Drake told me that he had a situation there, but I didn't know that any of this would ever come up. And I would never. I didn't want to see this, man. I didn't want to see this.
Respect that.
I just think that there's two super talented guys that, man, you know, black people, and especially black men, we haven't had it so easy in this country. And even in Canada, like, it's not been so easy for black men there. And when you think about where this country is going, like 71 million people did not like the turnout of this election. And they were all complicit and cool with a lot of the things that happened because they voted for it again. And I got to give my respect. Just as a citizen, I'm supposed to respect, you know, the current administration because they are the leaders of the free world. I don't agree with a lot of things that they say. I don't agree with a lot of the policies. And a lot of that has come down on, you know, on black males. And yes, you know, they have been, you know, reversing sentences and pardoning and doing all these things. I know Ken played a very integral part in that. But I don't give a fuck, man. We are an endangered species, black men, bro. So it's like when you see two people who are so fucking powerful and you see men that look like Drake die or be paralyzed with police bullets in their back, you know what I'm saying? Or you see black men that look like Pusha who die with police bullets, or die just in general, just from the very dark forces of racism in this country. My only thing is to say, you guys are both living great lives. And sure, there's been some overstepping on both parts, I'll say. Man, like, we better than this, and we too zoomed in right now, bro. We need to zoom out. We need to zoom out and see the bigger picture. We're stronger together. And I've wanted to do that, but it's not something that I can do. I mean,
so a Drake and Pusha T record, you produce it?
What do you mean? I'd be so honored. I do whatever for that. I do whatever. I want that to be. I wish that did not exist. You know what I'm saying?
Even the diss didn't exist.
I wish all of it it wasn't good for anyone.
All right.
It was literally both of them like feeling like, nah, I'm not backing down. You know what I'm saying? Like, why should I back down? But it's like, nah, you guys are bigger than this issue. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Drake is arguably one of the biggest. No, he is the biggest artist right now. He's the biggest. You know what I'm saying? And Pusha is like one of those guys that like he continues to up his shit. Like lyrically, people know he's
one of the most respected. Right?
He's one of the most respected lyrically, and like by the way, he's consistent with what it is that he does. He just continues.
Right.
And it seems like he's getting better,
bro. And better and better. That would be the greatest thing for me. I mean, I didn't come on here to talk about that necessarily, but man.
Nah, but this is hip hop. You gotta talk hip hop. You gotta talk hip hop.
We just so much bigger and better than that, man.
Yeah. Nah, and we need your opinion too because people don't get your opinion.
Yeah. Well, I stay quiet on all this. I try to stay out of shit, bro.
Are we taking another shot of Purple Rain? Let's take another shot of Purple Rain. Purple Rain.
Got a little
You ever met Prince? You ever met Prince?
Yes.
Please tell us
We need a Prince story.
Please tell us a Prince story.
We have legendary Prince stories here at Drink Champ.
Did he float? I feel
With
like
a purple smoke.
Every time Prince
was so cool. I've tried for years to make records for him. My first attempt at making a record with him, was Frontin'.
Frontin' was for Prince?
That's crazy.
I'm trying to figure this out.
How far did that go?
He didn't want it.
So he didn't even touch it.
Okay, all right, time out. Did he hear the whole Frontin'?
He heard, I think he heard the melodies. And again, it's been so long. He might have heard the hook and maybe the melodies for the verse or whatever. Because when I finished the verses, I think I wrote a different version of it a little bit for him. And he wasn't into it.
That's one of my favorite Pharrell records of all time.
Man, that was me pretending to be him.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
You got me.
I'm telling you, all of my.
You got me. No, I think that was all you right there. All right, continue. All right, so you was trying to. That was your Prince impersonation.
Yeah, I was trying to. What I thought would have been good for him at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And he was like, nah. But we did do either before that or after that. Again, I'm sorry, the chronology.
Nah, drunk facts. We got drunk facts here.
Don't fire me, Richard Mill.
Right.
But my time is off.
See, you got that 1.5 Richard Mill on too. We'll get to that later. Yeah. We watching the only dude I know. You and Hov, I think, is the only dude I know with their own Richard Mill. But we'll get to that later. Let's
So that one, I just felt like we did all this other one, a remix called "The Greatest Story That's Ever Been Told." I think that might have been before, and then I tried to like make fronting for him, and he just was like, I don't even know if we heard back. The answer was just no.
I could hear him now that I think about it. I could hear him on that.
I could hear him too.
And that would have been incredible.
It would have been incredible.
Yeah. That would have been it.
Yeah, bitch would have killed that.
Rest in peace, Prince.
You know, I was like trying. That's why the but he wasn't into it.
Wow.
Michael turned us down too.
Slow it down, because that's my next thing.
He went back to back, Prince Michael.
But they both turned us down. They were like,
slow it down.
No.
That's my second. Remember I told you top 10 phone calls in my whole life.
Okay.
My second top 10 is, this is after you told me, they throwing cheers, whatever. All right, cool. It's really reblown. Now, Oh No drops. And now I'm like elegant to a certain extent. People was like,
Hype Williams video.
Right?
That was when whenever anything was hot, we'd be like, woo. You remember that time?
Yes, sir.
That was a different era.
So you hit me and said, yo, I just sent Michael Jackson some beats. I'm like, I didn't understand his talk. Cause I'm like, damn, I'm not in no Michael Jackson era at all. So I'm like, word? You said to me, he told me, nope. I don't think N.O.R.E will rhyme on that. N.O.R.E will rhyme. I was like, my life is done.
Listen, do I? Yo, John McClane was his manager at the time. We sent him pretty much all the stuff you guys are hearing on the first Justified album. That's all the Michael stuff.
Wait, I'm talking about
Justin Timberlake.
Oh, yes. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
All but one song. They were all written for
Michael.
Michael.
What era of Michael's is this? Remember the Time era?
This is right after Superthug.
You Rock My World.
Okay.
Right before that. And John McClane was like, man, Michael don't want that shit. He want the shit that you giving N.O.R.E. And I'm like,
I immediately thought of Michael with the Crips and the Bloods picture.
No bullshit. He was like, he want that Superthug, you know. What's that other one y'all just did?
Yeah, that would have been a crazy Michael.
When Pharrell called me, I was like, because I didn't really, I'm still a kid, I'm 20, maybe 1. And when he said that to me, he's like, yo, Michael told me. Like, I remember you said, maybe the manager, he said, they want this shit that would N.O.R.E rhyme on. And I was sitting back I hung up the phone, because in my mind it was a flip, Star Tech. So I hung up and I was like, what the fuck did I just hear? I didn't know how to assess that. And Pharrell is telling me, no, I couldn't make music for Michael. I wanted to keep you in mind, something he would rhyme to. And I was blown away. That's my top, Biggie called me before he passed away. So this is my top 10 phone calls of my life.
What did Biggie say?
No, he wanted to rhyme on T-O-N-Y.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God!
It was crazy.
And what happened? Why did it not happen?
He was in L.A. when he called me, so you know how God bless the dead. Rest in peace, Biggie Smalls. But on that L.A. trip, he had called me talking about. So this is my top 10 calls of my whole life. I'm gonna write them down. I'm gonna make a book. My top 10.
Yo, listen.
But you too on my top 10. You too.
First of all, you have to do a book.
Yeah.
And it has to be my top 10 calls.
Damn it. Your top 10 calls. Yes.
Yo.
I think I'm gonna make that a book.
This is
I got a top 10. I wrote it down.
Listen. And you have to be so vivid about these stories.
Yes.
Just your brother. You know this is what I do.
Yes.
Okay?
But the Michael Jackson story.
I know, but hold on a second.
All right, cool.
Let him produce you, bro.
I've always, my whole life, goddamn it. We got 20 years of him producing me.
Yo, like it has to be called my top 10 calls.
I'm
By the way, any of the publishers that are listening to this, and the good ones, come out of the woodworks. Right. This is amazing. It's super colorful. Because those calls are fucking crazy.
You know, it's crazy.
Yo,
That's
fucking,
crazy.
Notorious B.I.G. wanted to get on T.O.N.Y.
And you know, my dumb ass Pharrell, I'm sitting there thinking my shit is bootleg. So I'm like, because it wasn't out. So I'm like, yo, but I forgot Nasheem Myrix, who produced it, was work for Bad Boy. So he played it for Biggie exclusively.
Does anyone know
Yes.
how incredible Nasheem Myrix was?
Yep.
It is.
It is, yeah.
Does anyone know that Nasheem Myrix, do y'all understand what he did with Queen Bitch? Do y'all understand? Nasheem Myrix, look, brother, I think I've met you one time. If you're listening to this, you are absolutely a periodic inspiration. What you do and what you've done with so many songs has moved me, Chad, Pusha, Fam, like, you don't even understand. You know how many people got shot to Queen Bitch? To Queen Bitch? Cuz, no bullshit.
We got Pharrell and Reinforce, baby. Goddamn. Goddamn, this is a different Pharrell right here.
Listen. I don't want nobody to get shot.
Right.
But I'm just telling you, as a fan, from a Stanley Kubrick, Steven Spielberg perspective.
They got you on the movie, right?
Hey, bruh, pizzazz. How many times somebody got shot to Queen Brit, to Queen Bitch? All you hear is blang, 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 pow, 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 pow. You don't understand what that did to dudes in Norfolk and Portsmouth, Virginia. You don't understand some of the most. Listen, I know New York got guns, but you don't understand.
No, we love y'all.
Listen, in Virginia, they senselessly kill. It's a very different thing. You know, they just jealousy and envy from a distance was enough for you to get shot at. And that's not something that I was into, because I was dialing 911.
Right.
However,
early,
and the closest to the exit, where my OGs going, "Are you good? They know not to do that dumb shit over here."
Right.
Shout out all of my OGs, all of our OGs back home, like them. They're like those guys were like deities, walking around like Apollo and fucking. They were different. However,
let's take a shot of that Purple Rain. Yeah, continue though,
when
bro.
that one, Shook Ones, Blood Money. When them records came on in Virginia, listen, I don't understand. I don't understand how to really communicate that to y'all. And Nasheem Myrix was one of those guys. Those beats that he would make, I don't know what the fuck would possess this guy to put some of those bass lines down to some of those samples. But man, listen, I take my hat off to you, brother. You are fucking different. And I encourage all young producers, it's not trap music. It's not rap music of today. It's from a different era. And I'm telling you right now, it incited riots. We're done. Go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Biggie wanted to be on T.O.N.Y.
Yes, that's hard.
That is like, oh my God.
So this is from Charlemagne, direct, right? He said, always wondered if in his mind did he ever compete with Timberland since they both from Virginia? Like, was it ever felt like a competition? At one point, I did think y'all was in competition. Like,
Timberland has always been better than me.
And I feel sound-wise, it was a whole different lane.
Timberland has always been better than me. Period. Timberland did like 4 pages. He did 4 pages.
Is that the respect that you have for
honest, man. Come on.
Timberland did.
I know you're a humble guy.
Timberland
I'm
did
here
4.
to be the other angel.
You guys.
Both angels.
You guys, let's stop.
Okay.
Timberland did 4-page letter. Timberland did Aaliyah.
Yep.
What are we talking about? It's just it. It's it. It's over. What is Jigger Man, Trigger Man, hit your van up.
Bro, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Come on.
I'm betting anything on you on verses. Against anybody.
Nah, man.
Against anybody.
No.
Pharrell against anybody. I'm betting on skateboard motherfucking P. Would you ever think about doing a verse?
Never.
Never?
No.
Why?
Because it's not my thing. I love watching them. But I just like I would get in my own way. I start playing shit.
You ever seen the comedy sketch?
Obscure records. You just it just wouldn't be the right look for it.
You
But
ever
I
seen the
enjoyed it.
comedy sketch where like it's like Barack, right? They say Barack, and then he got Barack the nigga speaker, right? So then the guy he says what Barack says, and then it's the guy that says what Barack means.
The Keenan Peele.
Keenan and Peele. You see that?
Yeah.
Well, I would like to be your nigga speaker that night. You say some cool, humble shit. I'm like, what do you mean, sis? No one can fuck with this record right here. I'm going all out for you, skateboard P. I'm telling you, let me be. You say humble. Me and family, I'm gonna be like that. Listen to me, bro. Fireworks. Pow! Holy moly. Nobody can fuck with your catalog, bro. Nobody can fuck with your catalog. Fuck that. I'm gonna be your nigga speaker today. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be your Yonde speaker because I don't want to say nigga no more. I don't want to say that.
Listen, Timbo the King, bro. Timbo the King. Timbo the King.
All right. So would you? How about Kanye? You and Kanye in verses? That's your little man.
Kanye's
without
amazing.
Pharrell, there is no Kanye. Let's be clear.
Kanye's amazing, bro.
You wouldn't head to head.
No,
you and Kanye.
I don't. Listen, I know my job, bro. I'm not a boxer. I'm a trainer, and at the end of the day, like, you know, because I'm lucky to be able to throw a couple shots and get a couple belts. I'm very grateful. But this is not my fight. Like, it's just not my thing.
How come you can say that? I can't say that. They won't let me. They trying to make me battle everybody. But how come you can say that and you're like?
I don't know. I know my place. You know what I'm saying?
Michael Jackson right there. I ain't know.
No. I know my place.
No, man. I'm gonna take that.
I know my place. I will say this. I will say that, you know, I wasn't sure of what to expect here. I know I have a love and respect for your show, and I'm having such a great time. And
so another shot of Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Let me get some Purple Rain. Man, yo, Pharrell, I just want you to know, man, our show is about saluting our
I see it.
Our legends. Because,
I see it.
You know, when people got 10 years or more, they say this over right now. You know, there's this new young producers. Salute.
Cheers.
There's new young producers. We don't care about that. So now,
I also think that you should have a partnership with a florist. So all the florists.
What, we need flowers?
All the florists that are out there. There's a lot of different brands, a lot of different versions, and a lot of different places coming from different places. Like, there should be a Drink Champs, like, edition of flowers, because that's all these guys are doing, and giving people their flowers.
I like that.
You need to call, write, email, do whatever you need to do to connect with these guys. Yeah. And there should be a Drink Champs florist. And I'm just saying, people will order from here just because they want to be supportive of Black and Latinx entrepreneurs. Yes. Like, and they'd be very supportive of what you do because you do this on your podcast. You, like you said, you say, yo, this is a show about giving people their flowers and shit, right? So you should have that merch-wise.
You should actually have flowers.
You should actually have flowers,
but we gotta have a girl give it to you because I feel uncomfortable giving you flowers right now.
Why?
Like, flowers. Like,
until you see the kind of money that you can make.
All right. Let's make some money for that. Listen, skateboard. Not only that, my brother. Let me tell you something. Not only that, you also had the most disrespectful jury in
game at one point. You were like the Eric B. and Rakim of the new producers. Seriously, let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real. You had Blue Diamonds. I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't even know what it was. It was ill. You was out there like, let's talk about your jewelry game for one point.
Wow, he really getting into it right now.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
So jewelry-wise, I was, what the fuck is that?
A michelada.
Huh?
Michelada.
So it's a mix of what and what?
It's, imagine a Bloody Mary beer drink.
Got it.
That's the easiest way to explain
I'm
it.
watching
This is my line, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Say it again?
It's all black excellence.
Shout out to the
It's all
Goat
black excellence here. Everybody here, we know all the owners of every company
I put a
here.
bottle in your bag for you.
Okay, great, yeah.
Yeah, listen, we know all the owners of every company here. This is what this is. We are the FUBU of the media.
Okay.
Everything is all our friends.
Soon to be florist.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, we need that. That's dope.
Soon to be florist.
Yeah.
The book
and book authors.
The book is important.
Yeah.
Okay.
The book is important to the legacy, and the florist. The book is important to the legacy, and the florist is important to the future. Like that. Like
I think
the fact that you guys literally give people their flowers.
Yeah, that's what we have to do.
Man.
That's what we have to do.
Come on, there's some fly. I can feel it right now. There's some florists that's gonna contact you guys.
Yes, please.
Like, yo, we'd be happy to be y'all's partners.
That's great.
And you pick them all out.
God damn it.
Right?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna send you the pictures. And you tell me which ones to go with.
When you start thinking about that money, when you realize the kind of money you finna make right now, you're gonna be very clear on what colors you want to pick up.
Go ahead.
So. Wait, where are we right now? Because the purple rain is kicking in.
We might need more purple rain to figure it out.
Purple rain, man.
Okay, jewelry-wise.
Man.
Pass some purple rain over here for me too.
All right, purple rain is serious, bro.
So jewelry-wise, I would have my inspiration. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, you know what? Something as simple as a Monopoly.
I got you, sir.
Thank you. Something as simple as like a Monopoly piece. I'm like, yo, I want to do this or I want to do that, right? I never did that, but at the time I was thinking that way. Or like when I was going through like my jewelry motions, I was also dealing with cars. So I would say, yo, I want to do SpongeBob. That's what made him start doing SpongeBob. I want to do Smurfs. That's what had him doing Smurfs. Now he was an incredible artist on his own. He did something called the Kempsons, and it was at that same time, that sense of self-discovery, that you realize that you could just have your own ideas and go in there and not just have to settle for whatever Tito was giving you. Because we used to go to Tito.
Went to Tito first.
Shout to Tito. Listen, Tito, I miss you, love you, brother.
Tito smiled every time you see our faces.
Man, every time you saw our faces,
he
right?
did my first grenade.
Man. And then there was Jacob.
Jewelry grenade to be.
Sorry.
And then I went to Jacob. And then like everything changed, and then I met Lorraine. So I stayed very, very, very loyal to Jacob and Lorraine. And
okay, who's Lorraine? That's another jeweler?
Lorraine Schwartz.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, she's
above my league. Good.
She's great. She's great. I'd be happy to introduce you to her. So Lorraine is like Elizabeth Taylor, like
here we go.
Them kind of like
well, I don't know.
That kind of like those kind of levels.
That's a big personality.
She did Kim's ring, she did B's ring, she did my wife's ring. We was early on Lorraine. Like I'm very loyal to the people I partner with, whether it's Adidas, Lorraine, whoever it is. I'm turning the lights on. I'm turning everybody on to them.
Right.
And so, jewelry-wise, I just wanted to express myself. Like, you know what? I'm from N.E.R.D, and you guys can keep getting fucking crosses. I've done that, but we're gonna do something else. And so there was this one moment.
And colorful shit too, you did.
There was this one moment. We went to the BET Awards. I don't know what year it was. But for a surprise, Stephen Hill brought on Slick Rick. Was Dougie Fresh on there with him too at first? Was Dougie Fresh on there with him as well at first? I'm not sure. I think he might have been. And if he's not, my apologies, because Dougie is every fucking thing. The nigga got to dance 20, 30 years later.
Right.
He's everything. Yeah. Slick Rick was on there with a short suit, meaning a suit with shorts, right? Burgundy with burgundy Clarks on and his jewelry. And I am seen on the BET, I don't know if it was the BET Awards or if it was the BET Hip Hop Awards, I'm not sure, I can't remember. And he had on all that jewelry. And I called Jacob that night, I said, listen to me. Okay, this is, in full transparency, there was no big Cuban links before this.
Right.
He had on a Cuban, and I thought about some of the stuff that he didn't have on that night that I've always loved. And I called Jacob, I said, listen, we're doing 3 chains. We're gonna do a bigger Cuban than you've ever seen.
And the Gucci link.
And then we're gonna do a much bigger Cuban. And then we're gonna do a Gucci link. But the difference is, I'm doing them in white gold, and they're all gonna be pavéed. There was no pavéed
Oh, I thought it was
Cubans.
platinum. Those wasn't platinum?
No, platinum, I wouldn't have been able to lift my
You
neck.
guys, what's pavé? I don't know what the fuck that is.
Pavé meaning like lots of diamonds, like,
Okay, all right.
you know, when you see teeth, they're pavéed.
Okay.
Like paved, but
Right.
pavéed. And I was like, listen, it's gonna be all sugar-coated, basically, pavé. So pavé Cuban link, pavé smaller Cuban link, pavé Gucci link. And the first one is going to be of the one that I forget the saint's name that's on the crutch.
San Lázaro.
That
That's
was
San
me.
Lázaro, yeah.
Okay, that was me imitating Slick Rick full on. And I only wore it for a little bit, and after a while I realized, okay, this is too Slick Rick, and I gave it to Nigo. Then I replaced that with something that with the BBC helmet, all pavéed out, 3D. And then I did the one of N.E.R.D, but in the Bape characters, all in the color-coded stones. And then there was like one more, and I can't fucking remember what it was. But either way, then I got the bracelet. That was an homage to Slick Rick, bro.
Wow.
That was like, Slick Rick, you're the king.
That was the inspiration.
You're the king. And you know, I love Slick Rick so much. When he came home, Jay was like, yo, I want you to go in with Slick Rick. I was like, what? Are you crazy? I'll do it for fucking free. What do you mean? It's fucking Slick Rick.
Right.
My brothers and I, all we did was ride around and listen to the adventures of Slick Rick.
Children's story.
Like, what? That whole shit. Mona Lisa. Hey Young World is the
whole
best
album is crazy.
record in the world. Just so you guys understand.
Young World
When I got my
is
first
young,
Rolls
young
Royce,
World, Young World.
when I first got my first Rolls Royce, I
Goddamn,
rode
talk that
around in
shit.
Virginia with some white models from New York. I was like, yo, you guys gotta come to Virginia with me and let's just drop a fucking round. In slow motion with the hazard lights on. And I made them listen to that. They had never heard of it in their life. I was
Young
like, but you
World.
guys have to understand what this is. By the end of the night, they were all singing the songs together. It was great.
That record's still crazy.
God damn it. Look how hip hop he is. God damn it. Keep talking that shit. Right.
So when I made that jewelry, it was like, that was everything. I'll never forget the first time I unveiled it. We played Drop It Like It's Hot for the first time in the Staples Center. And it was so many gangs in there that I was like, yo, are we really going out there? Snoop was like, nah, P, they love us. And like Bloods was in there. And you saw, first of all, that's when I realized there was more than one Crip.
Yeah.
I thought it was
It's
just like
different
Bloods
type.
and the Crips.
No, there's more than one of all of that.
There was like the Grape Street Crips. They were in purple. I was like, what the fuck is this? They were in purple. Then there was another group that was wearing green. I mean, like, there was so many of them. They was throwing signs and shit. We played Drop It Like It's Hot. And he was like, go ahead, P. And I unzipped the shit and, you know, had my moment.
What did you have on?
A bunch of Bape stuff. It was Bape at the time. Nigo still owned Bape. He hadn't sold it yet.
Okay.
And
He sold Bape?
yeah, he sold Bape.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah, a
know.
long time ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So who owned Bape now?
not my brother and not the general, so I don't wear it. I ain't worn Bape and shit since 08.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, you know, no disrespect to them or whatever, but it ain't Nigo. Me and Nigo is human made.
Remember the first, you gave me a pair of Bapes.
Yeah.
They were like brown. Suede.
Collector's items right now.
I ain't got it. But let me just tell you how much. I wore them shits in my hood. They joked on me. The first pair, like this is before no one had it. You gave me a pair. And I wore them in my hood. And I was like, yo,
And I kept saying, they 300. People was like, those is fake Uptowns. I'm like, yo, this is Bape, man. And they're like, yo, those is weak, yo. What the fuck are you doing? I'm like, yo, this is Pharrell and them sneaker. This is gonna blow. Yo, they baked on me. I'm talking about, they were just laughing at me. And I just said, fuck it, I rolled with it. And now, all them dudes be like, yo, my bad. They be like, yo, my bad. I see them, they baked out. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, that's Nigo, bro. Nigo is, and you know, when you talk about like us and rap music and like, that culture, part of
at that time, what made you even want to get into that type of world? Because you were already dominating.
So you asked me about the jewelry.
Mm-hmm. Jewelry and
by the way, I had a whole other lifetime after the big jewelry. That's when we just started getting the more sophisticated, like, just thinking about things a little bit differently.
Yeah, I see your whole wrist is
just different.
Yes. Looks like a treasure chest right over there.
Yeah. Is that a Cartier bracelet made for you, for Cartier?
This is Nigo. Nigo made this. This is a human-made. This is a human-made bracelet.
Oh, like Cartier.
Yes, sir. Yeah, elsewhere. And that's cactus plant.
I don't even know how you
cactus.
Get it.
Cactus, yeah, cactus plant. She's over with Nike as well. She's something else. So here's the crazy thing. So Jacob, you asked me about the jewelry. So Jacob called me. He said, Pharrell, I got this guy, he likes your stuff, good client. He's a good client. He's from Japan. You don't know him. You don't know this guy, Nigo. He's fucking rich. He's got this company. You should check it out. Jacob was the one that introduced me to Nigo and Bape. Because Nigo kept coming to New York going, listen, you making jewelry for this guy. You made him this Cuban link. You made this for him in yellow. I want it in yellow, and then I want it in rose, and then I want it in white. And everything that I got for a couple years before Nigo met me, he would get everything that I got in different versions, one in rose, one in yellow, and one in white. And Jacob was like, look, you don't believe me? He pulled out his desk. He opened the drawers and he showed me the photos of me and the jewelry that Jacob had made for me, and Nigo was a fan. Wow. He said, I have this because he asked for the same thing. It's fucking crazy. You gotta meet this guy. Trust me, just do me a favor. So Loic knew him as well, because when Loic went out there with Khalees, when he was like road managing her, they went over to Nigo and they met Nigo, this, that, and the other. So I needed a studio to do something when I was out there, and Jacob kept going, yo, you need to go sit with this guy. He's a fan of yours. So when I went to Nigo's office, where his studio was, he had an office that had a showroom, production room for clothes and sneakers, and then like an atelier. And then he also had a showroom, and below that was a studio. He was like, yo, you need a studio, come use my studio. So I used the studio. I got done doing what I needed to do. I went upstairs, and I saw all these Bapesters that kind of looked like Uptowns in a way. Right. But the colorways was so fucking crazy. And literally, like, let's say...
So those first Bapes, they was already made as you saw them?
I walked in the showroom, and I'm a sample size. I'm a 9.5. So let's say there's 3 colors here, and there's not. But let's say there is green, white, and beige. He would have a Bape that was green, white, and beige. But then he would have it where the colors were reversed. So literally each colorway he would do twice and just reverse where they were. And I walked in there and I was like, this motherfucker's a genius. I never seen nobody do that. Because really right now, if you think about a sneaker drop, right? You see a colorway, it's one pair. Right. What if the toe box and the heel switch the colors, but it's the same 3 colors, but just rearranged? Right. When I saw he did that, I said, hey man, who are you? You're the guy I just want to learn from you. Right. And he was like, nah, like I'll help you. And then that's when we did BBC together, and that's when we did Ice Cream together, and everything changed. And that changed my life because at that point I was only thinking about the beat. The beat was my only concern. Then the beat and the songs were my only concern. Then I realized that like there's beats, there's music, and then there's merch, and then there's like clothes. And he really opened me up. He really, 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 really made me look at things very differently. And I saw that this guy's imagination had no bounds. And that's when I realized that, like, not only I could do this, but like the kids that we see today, they're doing it.
Right.
But that's when I realized that that was gonna happen. I was like, because if I see this, they gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? So that changed everything. And I mean, he was different. This guy, like, some people put their shit in the safe. This guy, when I went to his house and like his apartment, he had like a big Mac toolbox that they use when they're like servicing in the pit stop of like a Formula One. You know, those big toolboxes with the wheels on it and shit. You know, the big blue toolbox that was like, you had trays and shit. This motherfucker had his jewelry in there with lights. Like he blew my mind. And that's when I was like, oh, I'm never going the other way. Like I am, we have the ability to do whatever the fuck we want. That's why you're gonna do this book. Like you guys will mark this date. Is this December 12th, 2020? Right, this is December 12th, 2020.
We got you.
There's so many publishers have heard of this. And some of their young scouts have heard this. You're gonna do this book. And there's a florist or a botanist that's heard this interview, and they're gonna do this with you.
Damn it.
Right? You're gonna text me or call me. By the way, you're not only gonna text me or call me, but do you guys get the positive affirmations that I get from this man? Yo, this guy, let me tell you something.
Yes, I'm positive energy guy.
Listen, I'll be caught up in so many things that I'm doing. And I don't give a fuck where I am in the world, or if you look at this last, 12 to, let's call it 12 to 14, 15 months of like what we've been going through with COVID. Like, because some of us knew earlier than others. This man relentlessly, if not every week, every 2 weeks. If not every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. But then after that third week, it might be three consecutive weeks. This man will hit me, just say, hey, positive vibes.
Right. That's it.
And let me tell you something. God is a reciprocal God. Yes. This universe is a reciprocal universe. Right. And you have no idea, when you send me those positive affirmations.
Man, thank you, bro.
And those positive words, you need to know it's coming back to you.
Yes, thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Salud. It don't mean nothing unless you sip to it. And I just tell you that, man.
It's coming back to you, bro.
Yeah, because I love it because we live such a beautiful life. I don't give a fuck. What we've been through, like the fact that we're surviving and we're alive during this crazy times that we're going through, we should be spreading. It's like, yo, positive energy, man. Wherever you at in the world, I don't care if it's Aruba, I don't care if it's fucking Left Rack, I don't care if it's Newport News, I don't care if it's fucking, wherever it is. Like we gotta respect each other and just be happy to be where we at. There's so many people that we lost just this year. 2020 has been the worst, best year.
These messages for years.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
For nothing.
That's right. I've been like that.
And I've been like, love, bro. Thank you, man. Same to you and your family. Mm-hmm. And when I say that, I hope you are able to relate the
14 years, my wife.
Like,
yes, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
man.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
he is. But let me just tell you from a super outsider,
Right.
like in y'all's solar system, I'm Pluto.
Right.
That guy is all about you.
That's right.
And he.
Yeah, come on. But hold on.
And for years, it's always been, when I talk to him, he was like, yeah, such and such, I'm gonna come down with my wife.
Yep.
It was like, I know when you entered his life, it was a very big difference because it was always, whenever I talked to him, you were always in the equation, and that's a beautiful thing, and I'm so happy for you guys.
They having a drink chance.
Yeah, and actually on some family shit.
Yes.
For the past couple of weeks, thank you for doing the Grinch movie, because I got 2 young kids, and every morning that's what we watching.
Wow.
And I could stand it because the music is amazing, the narration is amazing. So thank you for that contribution as well to parents and children.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Sorry, flossing you because this is a direct question from Hov. He said, I want all funny stories from him. Get him high. Which I'm not going to do. Talk to him about producing Despicable Me.
Wow.
Just funny shit happened to him while high. But I'm not going to get you out. I'm not going to do that. But Despicable Me. This is
Wow.
This is
You know what? You know what, Sean Carter? I had no idea how involved you were, but now I get it.
No.
I get it, Sean.
He took off his mask to say that too.
I get it.
He doesn't get involved with everybody, but when I like, I'm like,
No,
yo,
you know, he's been there.
he's a great guy, man.
He's always
Great
been
guy.
there. I remember when you guys were in the very beginning, when you guys first started clicking up or whatever,
Yep.
and you had tasted Armadale for the first time.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated it.
And you were so vocal, and I was always so
I still got a
surprised.
bottle.
Armadale, I hate
I promoted
Armadale,
it.
bro.
I was so
I
surprised.
get my haircut and put Armadale on me, and I'm great. That was terrible.
Coño.
It was terrible. No, it was terrible. I loved them.
Nah, he would say it.
would tell him.
By the way, he knows I'm bringing it up
Yes, he knows,
because that was
I hate
like as much as he loved them.
Yeah.
That always blew my mind. Like, damn, like yo, you so honest about that shit.
Well, you didn't want Ciroc either. I'm always bringing that up.
Hey, man, you gotta relax.
It's true. It's
That
true.
was true.
I was pushing it on you.
I was affected from Armadale.
Okay.
I had never tasted the Ciroc.
I was bringing you cases. You're like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
man.
But then once I tasted the Ciroc, I was
But
there.
you were the only one.
Yeah, but
Everybody.
you remember you had a pink drink. You remember with milk in it. Oh my God, I never shitted crazy that much.
Wait,
in
you
my
had a
life.
pink alcohol?
Yo, you had a pink alcohol. You don't remember? I
Yeah,
went to
it's called
milk.
cream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cream. It was cream based.
Yeah, it was
That's
crazy.
scary.
Yeah,
Is it still around?
It was like hell no. It was like imagine like a Kahlua,
Okay. that
like a
makes sense.
strawberry version of
Right,
like
right.
a Kahlua.
Even
Tastes
scarier.
good,
Yeah.
but it do something to you.
I didn't understand.
Right.
I went home. I was like, wait a minute.
You was lactose intolerant. Didn't even know.
I don't know what's going on right now. But that was a beautiful thing.
At the time.
Leche de burro.
No, but you realize how legendary you are, though. You're a super. Yo, in my book, you're my number one producer of all time.
Listen,
If I had one last album, which I would like for you to do. Listen, if I had one last album to do, right? Fuck it. I'll keep it real. Rather than the last album. I had one last song to do.
wow, that's a lot. He just went from last 12 or 11 down to 1.
Nah, you should have
talking about
stuck with
pressure.
the whole album, bro.
Bro, that is pressure.
I'm gonna get an EP out of this somehow. We'll get 5 songs or something.
Bro,
and we're gonna split it and give it to our kids.
Haskell in the studio right now.
First of all, as you know,
yes,
my schedule might be crazy because God is the greatest.
God is the fucking greatest.
That was oxymoronic, but we're gonna let that go. Your credit is always good with me.
Yes.
It's always good with me.
And
It's always shown with you guys. It's always shown.
There's no. You don't talk. There's no. We're not talking about budgets and shit like that. Like,
no.
What you gave me. Like, I realize what you feel like I gave you. But okay, let me take this off. I realize what you feel like I gave you, and Chad has given you.
Right. Shout out to Chad.
Chad Hugo's a fucking savant genius of the highest order.
Right.
I said is.
Yes.
Of the highest order. I will never be half of the fucking musician that he is. That man can pick up an instrument, leave him for 2 hours, and the motherfucker's playing on it like an ingenious, improvisational, person who spent 18 years on the instrument. That is Chad. Chad is a genius. But I realize what you feel like we have given you, but you need to understand what you gave us. And that is, at the time we had done, I had written Teddy's verse for Rum Shaker. Then I had like a little small, really, really ill-fitted verse for an SWV remix that didn't get used, but they chopped up part of my verse to use the SSWW
shit.
that went into right here, the Teddy Riley remix. Then we did Tonight's Tonight. Then we did Looking at Me. Looking at Me, right? And then we did Superthug. Superthug made every hard rapper at the time look at us very differently. At the time, we had did Tonight's Tonight for SWV, and that was like the biggest thing we had done, with the exception of, and I'm someone as producers, right. With the exception of Tonight's Tonight, it made people who had heard about us look at us very differently. Why? Because we worked with a hard rapper? No. Because we worked with a hard character. You need to understand the difference. There's a hard rapper and then there's a hard character. A hard rapper, cool, until the way you rap goes out of style. But because you were a hard character, you were more than just a rapper. You were able to do Superthug. We then did Oh No. Like, you went on to do great things, and we are sitting here. I want everybody in this room to feel me. We sitting here in 2020. You show me your contemporaries. You show me your peers that came out when you came out. You show me what they're doing now, and we love them, and we respect them, and we hold them to the highest esteem. And there's so many of them that I could get into the greatest knockdown drag-outs about who had the best fucking Clue mixtapes from that era. But you show me. You show me who has Jay-Z sending them fucking questions. He got me. You show me, right? That's our big brother. He's a billionaire. Like, he's really
and Big
destroying.
Boy Champagne.
Yeah, but yeah, to help them get to that billion.
Yes.
Right?
yes.
Right?
Yes.
You show me. You show me. I don't think you can. You know?
Well, thank you, Skateboard.
Podcast charting.
Right.
Not like podcast. I'm sorry, charting podcast. Very big difference.
No, we invented like rappers doing podcasts and making it cool. But you got your own podcast. Let's be clear.
Podcast network.
We do.
We do. What is it called? The Other?
Ours?
Yours, because you had
ours is Other Tone.
The Other Tone, because you had an Apple show at first. Was it an Apple show?
Yeah.
Well, what's his name? Broke Mogul?
Scott Venner. Yeah, Broke Mogul. Yeah.
Broke Mogul, right?
Yeah.
And that's the guy. He had something to do with Entourage, right?
Yeah.
God
yeah. And I wanted to do it because I knew that he was much more equipped with like discerning what is the right shit that should be on there. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted him to have a platform because I've always thought that he was a genius. And I really do believe that. And then, you know, the cool thing is him, and this next turnaround it's him, myself, our brother Famlay.
Famlay is?
Yeah, Fam on there now
that's
too.
What I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's the
Fam
fucking
been good.
Yeah.
And he just warming up. He just warming up to get ready for his own shit, as well. But again, like, it's been great, man. And when you think back to the fact that you were early on at first, my wife gonna kill me with all this footage with my mask off. But you know what? I just needed you to see my face. I wanted you to really see my face and hear me. Yo, you're a different guy, bro. You're different. And we've had our ups, we've had our downs, we've had our arounds. And what you did for Chad and I, and essentially everybody that I work with, you lifted us to a different kind of place. You should know that. Like, you lifted us to a different place. And the crazy thing is, the entire time, beyond it all, I would say the number one characteristic of our bond and our rapport is that you would trust me when I say, yo, listen to me.
I would shut the fuck up.
Every time I would say, yo, just trust me, listen to me.
From the very moment I met you, that was the first word you said to me. You said, trust me, you're going to go number one. And I don't know why. I just always remembered that moment. It was in Sound on Sound. I could listen, if we go to Sound on Sound, I could tell you the exact space we was at.
Yeah.
Like I could be like, look, you were right here, I was right here. And you know what? I was never wrong. You guess what? You were never wrong. So, you know, people sometimes compare us to Snoop and like,
Bro,
Dre.
Bro, Superthug, man. Yo, do you understand Superthug?
Yeah.
Do you understand my
changed
brother
my life.
Allen Iverson went to jail right around that time?
Wow.
Because
definitely
of the
know that.
chair throwing and the chair back.
That was a shift at that time. It was a shift.
If I'm not wrong, the night that our brother Iverson went to jail, wasn't that the night that you guys were in the club at the bowling alley? Was this in Hampton or Norfolk? This is off of Princess Anne Road? Okay.
Cool.
I remember my brother, who was managing him at the time, somebody hit him over the back with a chair. And they hit him so hard that he said, he started speaking to two different people. He said, I'm making this up, like, Billy? John? Is that you? That's the story he told me when he got hit with that chair. It was a different night, but that's what Superthug was doing to people, is my point.
Wow. Yeah.
Fam's correct, that was a different night.
Yeah.
But that's what Superthug was doing to people. And Rob Walker was calling me from New York like, yo, do you understand with this song?
Yeah.
One of y'all gonna record this for me and give me that sound.
We got you.
Hazardous Sounds got you.
We got you.
Somebody is gonna give me that sound.
No, it's been recorded for you guys.
And it just was a different time, bro. Like, that record changed the mentality of how people were thinking. And I'll never forget, Chris Light was like, man, you know, I remember when you coming rapping in my office and like, we wouldn't sign y'all. He was like, he felt differently about it then. And Chris Lighty was a genius. Love to Chris Lighty and his children and his spirit wherever it is right now in the universe. Because if it ever existed, it still exists somewhere.
Right.
Wow.
Just because you can't hear it don't mean it don't exist. It's here. And it might talk to some people.
Deep.
You know what I'm saying? Chris Lighty is here. And Chris, man, you had the most amazing vision. The idea that you were able to see into Cameron and see into Noriega and see into Missy and see into Busta and see into Q-Tip. Do y'all understand that this man was just going, oh, you're like us. You're violator, you're violator, you're violator, and you're violator, and you're violator. Yo, Chris Lighty had the fucking vision, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I'm sorry, I just had to just take a moment just for him. And the Purple Rain is kicked in.
No. Would you like? I was going to give another shot, Purple Rain.
And it's
I'm going to take another shot. I was going to He's going to the bathroom. This is how it happens.
And by the way, no disrespect, but it's Swan, right? It's not like that. I'm not from New York, so that's not me like with a New York accent saying Swan. It's Swan. It's here in Miami. It's me and Dave Grutman. And Purple Rain is one of our drinks, by the way.
Did you realize Tony was this in New York from back in the days?
Was what?
Tony dissed New York from back in the days.
What song?
It never rains in Southern California. He said, it may be cold on the East Coast, but on the other side of town. You never noticed that? Tony is a foul people.
Raphael Sadiq doesn't strike me as that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm playing around for real, okay?
Okay. Because I was gonna say, because he's like such
why did they mention our weather condition?
But he never said, he said East Coast, he didn't say New York, he could have meant Boston.
Yeah, but you just determined that the tri-state area is just the East Coast. You just determined that earlier, like about 13 minutes ago.
It was circumstantial.
It was 13 minutes ago.
Look, I don't know that Raphael Sadiq meant that. Just because Raphael is such a loving guy, and him and Q-Tip are so fucking close, and D'Angelo, who is also from Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, he loves those guys so much I can't imagine.
All right. Goddamn, let's make some noise for Pharrell keeping it popping. So,
This was really nice, man.
Madonna,
Yes, sir.
where are you at? Madonna calls you. Says, I want you to be Tiger King.
Did you say I want you to be Tiger King?
I don't know. I don't know why I said that. Like, I don't know why I thought that. Just let it go. Let it go.
Wait.
I want you to be the Tiger King from Netflix. Come here, Pharrell. Come here, Pharrell.
Wait.
No.
So
Madonna calls.
Nah, he was too wild, bro. Nah. No.
So Madonna called. Like, is that because you had the Michael Jackson call first in 1998, right? 98. So when did you get the Madonna call?
The Madonna call was definitely in the 2000s. I want to say I was still working at the Marlin at the time.
Does he already have black children? I'm asking. No, this is real shit.
Yes.
That's serious.
Yeah, she had black children.
Black children already.
She had black children.
My bad. I know it's weird, but I gotta ask. It's on the list. It's on the
I
list.
just want you to know, I'm so super clear on how you do this shit. I'm super clear.
What did I walk into?
Yo, the real ones, the real questions come out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Jay-Z, no, I see it.
So Madonna calls you.
Oh
Where are
shit,
you
we
at?
got to Madonna?
Yeah, this is real.
Madonna calls, and she's like, "Yo, let's like get together," and I'm like, "Okay."
She's aggressive. I feel like Madonna's aggressive.
She's aggressive.
Yeah, she's aggressive.
She's an alpha female?
I just feel like that, yeah.
She's aggressive. She's like, let's make some music. I love what you guys do, and it's cool. So we I'm going back between Florida, Miami, and London. And we work on Hard Candy. And that was cool. And it's interesting because she worked with me, and then also she had a conversation with Tim too. And Tim knew her too because he knew her from before when he was with Devontae, and Devontae had worked on her album. So they knew each other. So, excuse me. So we went in and like, we just did a bunch of records. And it's interesting because the one record that we did called On and On, we put Kanye on. This was early in his career.
With Madonna?
Yeah. Listen to On and On. He's on that record. His mama came to the studio. And literally, like, I want to say a little while after that is when she passed. It's crazy. That was the last time I saw her. She came to the session with Madonna.
God bless Mama Kanye.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sorry. Let's take my trays out. That was a crazy time.
Madonna.
Yeah.
That must
What
have
did
been
you
crazy.
do when Madonna, like,
So hold on, you had Madonna, Prince, Michael Jackson. Who else from the 80s did you, the biggest artists in the world?
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. If you actually retire right now, no one will be mad at you because I feel like you worked with everybody. Is this somebody you didn't work with that you wanted to work with?
I don't know, man. People ask me that. They've been asking me that for about 10 years. I love working.
So have you worked with every on your wish list? Is your wish list complete?
Nah.
Who? Don't tell me Gucci Man.
We work with Gucci. I worked with Gucci
All
in
right.
2013,
I like
14.
your energy towards Gucci.
Yeah, no, that was dope.
Who's somebody you want to work with that you haven't worked with? That's alive.
Pretty much everybody I've wanted to work with, we always end up finding our way working together.
So not one soul.
Older people, those are the ones that say no.
Sade.
Sade, we were able to do a remix for, Prince we did a remix for.
He was gone already?
No. We did Greatest Romance Ever Been Told. The greatest story that's ever been told, greatest romance. I'm sorry, forgive me. One of the two.
With Prince?
Yeah. Prince, Michael. I never worked with Michael. Michael was amazing, though.
But you interacted, which is dope.
Michael called.
A couple times.
Yeah.
One time you and Justin was in the studio together.
Yeah.
And he called when you was Justin in the studio.
Yeah.
And he was eating popcorn.
He was eating popcorn in my ear. That shit was crazy. I was like,
this story.
and that's when I knew it was him. I was like, oh, this is him.
Because that's his norm to eat popcorn.
You guys,
motherfucking
who would call you over and over and over again and then start eating popcorn? I was like, oh,
I'm thinking of Thriller when he's watching the movie and he's eating the popcorn.
I'm like, yo, this is definitely him.
And what was you? And you was in the studio with Justin.
Yeah, in the studio with Justin.
And this is another story that I read that was very. At some point, Clips was on Jive.
Mm-hmm.
Justin was on Jive.
Mm-hmm.
Clips caught beef with Jive.
Mm-hmm.
And you chose not to work with Justin because he was on Jive? What was, because, you know, I imagine you guys are friends.
What's that conversation like?
Yeah, what is that like, you know? I know it's getting a little deep, but, you know.
I chose what?
You chose not to work with Justin because?
Because, honestly, it was the advice that I was given. And Justin took that super personal.
Legal advice?
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
Okay, so whatever. But
now that's when I don't snitch.
Right.
But I will say that the advice
who's
on my team.
killing a baby seal out there, bro?
Yeah, my team had advised not to do that.
Right.
Not to continue to work with Justin.
Just to say, Jive, I can't work on anything that y'all have because I need y'all to do right by the Clips. But that's not how they told it to Justin, and he was very disappointed by that.
Because he would have understood had it been explained a certain way.
Yeah, but then, you know, I just the advice was bad and the execution was bad. And I had to ride with that because I didn't think that all the way through to be like, no, y'all are wrong about this. This is not, excuse me, this is not, wow, I'm twisted.
Right.
This is not how we should do this. We should explain this to him so he can be in choreography with us, you know? And I regret that because still to this day, it's like, I mean, we talked about it, but still to this day, it's one of those things that I look at and go, damn, if I were the person that I am now, I would have totally told my younger self, yo, don't do that. That's not right. Like that's your team thinking short-sighted. They thinking zoomed in, they're not thinking zoomed out.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, as a producer, you could have said, yo, let me still get this money on the side. So what made you take that stance and say, you know what, I'm going to stand
with his loyalty with his artists.
I mean, I know you kind of explained that, but I just want to get it deeper.
Artist friends.
Because,
like,
you know, you could have been like, yo, Clips, yo, listen, I get it. That's y'all beef with Jive, but, you know, I got this whole Justin.
These were my brothers. You know, and Justin is my brother. And as far as I was concerned, and the way it was explained to me, which made sense at the time, like, he would get it. He'd be okay if we just needed to delay a couple months for the record label to do the right thing.
Right.
When you say he would get it, you talking about Justin?
Yeah, but he didn't get it because we never gave him.
Y'all could have strategized together.
We could have strategized better.
Right.
And
he would have been on your team.
He would have been on my team, but that's not what happened. Right. You know, and they told him, like, yo, this guy doesn't care about you. You know, and they turned him against me, and it took a minute.
Right. Wow. How long? You talking about 2-year period?
It was different. We had a very, it was very strenuous. And he was being made to convince that, like, I felt like I was more than what I was to him. And really all Justin was a friend to me, and I was a friend to him. And, you know, when he was going through tough times, I was there for him. And when I was going through tough times, he was there for me. But they vilified me to him. And when you're young and you've, you know, everything essentially goes right for you and something goes left, and there's a person that you've known for a minute and it seems like they're going left on you, you're gonna feel a certain kind of way. I understood that. They painted the picture a certain kind of way. He didn't really understand that I was just trying to stand in solidarity with my brothers, and I should have brought him along with me on that journey. He actually could have helped us change that narrative.
Yeah.
But the advice that I was given, I trusted.
Just stay away from job, period.
Yeah, and not cut him off, but just like, nah, I can't work on nothing for y'all right now.
Right.
Well, what about Justin? He's not your brother? And then they went back and took my words and...
That's deep.
Right,
That's
I mean,
deep.
it's like
That's deep.
hindsight's 2020.
This is crazy. That's
yeah,
deep.
no. They went back and just took my words to the, they just totally blew it out to him. And he and I talked eventually, and that's when I explained to him, like, nah, listen, this is what I was trying to do, but I should have involved you. That was my mistake because I didn't think holistically. My greatest fault in this lifetime is that sometimes I'm too zoomed in.
Meaning?
Like sometimes I'm just too zoomed in. And sometimes I need to zoom out. Sometimes we all need to zoom out. Sometimes we just think about what we going through and what we need, and even if it's for somebody else, it's still too zoomed in. You got to think
close to the situation. You got to back
zoom out
and see it from all angles.
You got to zoom out.
Right.
You got to have a bigger picture of things. Let's make sure you guys can hear me when I say that.
Man, this is great. I'm gonna pour me some more Ace of Spades. Anybody want some more Ace of Spades?
Damn, you giving it out? That's a first. I ain't never seen that shit. Y'all motherfuckers better go drink some Ace of Spades right now.
Zoomed out.
He zoomed out.
Cause you know what, man? This is the best producer of all fucking times in my life. I was I don't want to say a local rapper because I want to say the War Report is a classic.
What do you mean? Want to say? Are you saying? Are you taking the ownership of that?
Yeah, I'll take
Okay.
ownership.
But it's zoomed out. It's a classic. Now we all understand that. But maybe when you was in that moment, you didn't know.
In the moment.
You didn't know.
And like I said, when I met this
Great
young
point.
man that was right here to my left of me, and he said, man, just listen to me. And I listened to you. And my life has never been the same since. And, I'm glad what you're saying to me, but I want to give you your flowers while you're here because it changed my life because it was a different sound. Just like Banned from TV was a different sound. Mm-hmm. Like when Banned from TV dropped,
shout out to Swiss Beats.
People were sitting around like, that Swiss shit is not. Yeah, I'll give you even better. I'll give you even better example, Pharrell. And this is my friend, Big Tigger. Thank you, bro.
Big Tigger from the basement?
Yeah. You know what he said to me after N.O.R.E dropped? And I swear to God, this is on my father's life. Big Tigger said, stop working with the Neptunes. All they shit sound the same.
Coño.
I will never say this. Do you understand who Big Tigger was at this moment? And he sat there, and I had Superthug, and I had N.O.R.E. He was in control of the biggest fucking hip hop station at the time. He pulled me to the side. Stop working with the Neptunes. I looked at him. I wanted to do. This is the old N.O.R.E. But I said to myself, I'm all right. I know where this is gonna go. And I'm sorry, I've never revealed this story ever in my life. But that's 1,000,000%.
I want to just say this. I mean, you didn't ask me. It wasn't a thing that warranted a response. It was just like interesting information. But I want to say to him, listen, love, brother. That's what you felt at the time. That's what you felt. And you know what? At that time, we might have sounded like everything that we did was repetitious. And I knew I needed to grow beyond that. And you know what? I'm grateful. I'm grateful that he felt the same thing we might have felt. that we might have felt at the time. And I appreciate your loyalty. And I appreciate his loyalty to the game. None of us are mad. He is somewhere doing what he's doing and being the very greatest at what he's doing.
it's my brother.
You're at the greatest height of what you're doing.
I am. Yes.
And I am still just saying thank you, God.
But really quick, to piggyback off all this, as a DJ though, originally I could hear the same sounds, but I started to say this is genius. Because these records seamlessly go into each other. And then
change the whole sound.
Right. But then going even further, coming, out of Miami and the Caribbean being very influential into what we do, I'm looking at dancehall and how the rhythms it's the same rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So was there any thought like that to what you guys were doing?
So I fell in love with the clavichord because it could be as radical as a guitar riff from like Led Zeppelin or Metallica.
Right.
And it could also be as rhythmic as, more technical music. And so we were very loyal to that for a while.
Right.
And I think, and I could be wrong, but I think the very first time we ever used a clavichord was on Superthug. So when you hear da 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 da, and then after that we were given the remix to the Backstreet Boys record, and then we were given the remix.
Superthug and the Backstreet Boys.
Oh yeah, Superthug and Backstreet Boys.
It sounds relatable.
And then we were given the remix to a Lox record.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just that's when the Neptune sound, but it started with Superthug.
Right.
Because if you listen to Win This Feeling by SWV, or you listen to Use Your Heart by SWV, which was the bigger song, because that was a single.
Right.
It didn't have that particular sound. If you listen to Tonight's Tonight, it didn't have that particular sound either. We developed our sound after we made Superthug.
But you guys consciously said, this is our signature sound now.
We never said it. We just kept going back to what felt good.
Okay.
And that's like a thing for me. Like I might not, like some people are so good at what they do that they make a declaration.
Right.
I've never been good at that. And every time I make a declaration, I'm wrong.
Right.
So I've learned to not make a declaration and just continue to declare my action. And that clavichord, that's what gave us that.
Which is not new because, like, for example, like Premiere, you knew what a Premiere beat sounded like.
Yeah.
It was the sounds that was being used.
DJ Premier
No, but
is not celebrated enough.
No,
and
we celebrate Premiere.
This is get back to Premiere. But let me just say, I gotta say this.
Okay.
That Neptune run is nothing like it. Listen, because I gotta be honest.
So what would you say though? I didn't hear you.
The Neptune run. When after that.
No, there was entire mix shows of just Neptune records.
To this day, people still send me fake Neptune beats. I love it. I just be sitting there like, oh my God. I'm like, I can't remember that. I know the guy who's originally. But do you understand? Like I'm gonna be honest. It's one of the proudest moments of my career is because I had a chance to believe in you guys.
Yeah.
And like I said, you gave me the oh baby, you want me? And I brung it to Nas. Nas didn't get it. I forget what for Jay, but we could leave that alone. But to see where you at, it's a beautiful thing for me. You understand?
Bro,
everybody clear.
Listen,
Listen,
I'm gonna say this again.
Please.
Good, bad, indifferent, up, downs, arounds. What you y'all know what y'all doing here too with this motherfucking.
We love it. And we bring Pharrell in here in like 2 minutes.
What y'all doing here, y'all know what the fuck y'all doing.
We have fun.
This is definitely a formula and it works.
Yes, yeah. We have fun here.
And our big brother isn't just leaning in and sending them bottles for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But
oh shit, I gotta finish my Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Oh, I gotta fill them up. Let's fill them up. Holy moly guacamole. You tell me when to stop, P.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Do you know what holy moly is?
Definitely don't.
So moly is this herb that was given to someone.
I knew it.
Back. It was given to Hercules to stop him from being under a spell. Yeah, they were trying to like put him under a spell. And
Medusa put him under a spell?
Yeah, and they gave him this what was called moly, M-O-L-Y. And that's why we say holy moly to this day. But moly was something that was given to him to keep him from not falling under the spell of a sorceress, actually, not Medusa. It was a sorceress who turned all of, okay, maybe I'm mixing this up. This was given to...
Drunk facts, don't worry about it.
You know Odyssey, the Odysseus?
Yeah.
Am I saying it right?
We'll say Odyssey because it works for us.
Okay, well, so it was given to him to stop him from turning into a pig like they turned the rest of his squad into. And he was able to convince her to like take the spell off of his guys and turn them back into human beings from the swine that she turned them into. And then he had to make love to her for like a full year straight. But moly is an herb that she gave him that made him immune to the spell that she was putting him under.
Damn, and we had guacamole to that, and that's a great tip.
Yeah, and it's not Hercules, it's Odysseus.
Oh, the person you mean?
Yeah, Odyssey.
And I'm gonna cut that short and say Purple Rain.
It's Purple Rain.
This is Swan. This is Swan.
It's at Swan.
Listen,
you guys got to go to Swan. It's in the design district.
No, come on. So is this a perfect code? Do we have to say, yo, Purple Rain? You gotta have it's gotta be a secret code.
So it's not swine, it's Swan.
Swan. It's
so here's the thing. I knew that was a thing. You went to the bathroom.
Right.
And I said, look, you guys, I'm not from New York.
I'm not from New York either.
Right? And so if you say
I'm from New York,
if you say swine, people from New York think you're saying swine.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's just swine.
Swan.
But we really mean swan. Really, the thing that floats on top, but it's really doing a lot of work on the bottom. Swan.
The bird.
Yes, Dave Grutman, myself, Alex Perez, and also interior designer Ken Folk.
Well, I only said that because there's a restaurant called Swine down the street. That's why.
Yeah, we're not Swine. Swine's good. I've actually been in there.
Right, shout out to them.
No, it's actually really good.
Yeah, they're dope.
But we're Swan. We're in the design district right across from Tom Ford.
Okay.
Yes, I've been there a couple of times. Quick time with slime. I'm going
Yo, shout out to Best Buy Liquors. Shout out to Best Buy Liquors at Best Buy Liquors.
Yeah, hit that.
I just said shout out to Best Buy Liquors for the liquor.
Are you ready? This is called Quick Time with Slime. This is just one or the other, Pharrell.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
I feel like I need your whole attention.
Okay, sorry.
I'm going to wait for you.
Okay, I'm here.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Jay or Snoop? Real quick.
Both.
Teddy Riley or Quincy?
Both.
This noise or that noise?
Timberlake or...
Both.
I love Timberlake or Kanye?
Both.
Justin Timberlake or Robin Dick?
Who?
Justin Timberlake or Robin Dick?
Shit, both.
Nicki or Cardi B?
Both.
You gotta give them some random ass like separate people.
Both.
All right, I'm just gonna.
You said Missy or Khalees? Both. And I gotta tell you.
Let's please.
You know, I love them both. And
I love you, the Michael Jackson of our era.
And given all of everything that I've gone through,
would have answered.
Like man, I love them both. Despite everything, I love Khalees, man. I want the best for her. Despite everything.
That was
Missy,
your girlfriend at one point, right?
No, that wasn't my girlfriend.
Jesus Christmas.
No.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
he
it
went.
was.
He went.
I'm asking.
No, it wasn't my girlfriend. But you know what? She's definitely somebody who taught me about fashion. And I felt like we both taught each other about music and art. And we made fantastic music together. Yeah, I love her, and I want nothing but the best for her. I have nothing but, I'm only, like Khalees is like a sister to me. I'm only gonna have positive things to say, period. That's it. And when it comes to Missy, like, we were born in the same state. Like, man, we made On and On together, and that's amazing, but man, Missy Elliott.
We need Missy here at Drink Champs,
Missy
please.
Elliott is like, she's a fucking dream.
Yeah.
Like, period. Like, she was at Adidas before I got there.
She's an Uber legend, man.
Yeah. So listen, but so for the both of them, absolute nothing but love and respect.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask you no more of the quick time slang. I was clear that you was like the very.
It's love for everybody.
It's love for everybody. I love that about you, Pharrell. Can you make some noise for yourself?
No. Here's what I want to make noise for. I want to make noise for God, man. Bro, I'm gonna take my mask off for this one.
For God. Take your mask off for
listen,
God.
I'm talking about
Where's
mistakes. Listen, let me tell you something. This shit could be, what I'm about to say could be Swiss cheesed the fuck up. Mistakes, bad choices, and all. God is the greatest. Because what I was told today, you know, by my uncle who's a bishop, he said, you know what? Like, it doesn't, like your bad mistakes or your bad decisions or whatever it is that makes you human, God ain't gonna give up on his purpose for you. Whatever God has for you, he gonna see to it that happens, because that's for him. And whatever lessons that you have to incur because you've made bad decisions, that's on you. But whatever he has for you, no man, no situation, and not even the ill-informed or ill instinct decisions that you make can get in the way of that. Because whatever fate has for you, fate has for you. Whatever God got for you, no man can get in the way of. And so for me, when you said, can I give it up for myself? No. I just want to take this time. I don't know how often y'all have done this, but man, I know there's alcohol in the room. I know there's weed in the room. And there are people who are going to have judgments by me saying this. But if you think God is only in the church and in the synagogue and in the mosque, then you don't understand what this world is. You don't understand what this universe is. The universe is God, bro. We are inside God. And so I'm just telling you right now, I'm not giving shit up for myself. What I want to, and it's super kind of you. And I know I need to excuse myself because the purple rain has kicked in.
Purple rain! As it should. Purple rain!
But I'm going to excuse myself by just saying, you guys, don't get it fucked up. God is the greatest. The blunt's in your mouth. The alcohol is in front of you. The entire room and vision and feeling is in front of you. But make no mistake, bro. God is the greatest.
God damn it.
God is the greatest.
I feel like we should make some noise for that. I got one more, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. So for years, I know you for 20 years. What is it? Since 90, I want to say since 97 because the record dropped in 98. And at that year, we needed like a year in advance to drop it. So I want to say 97. But I've never realized how crazy a watch game is. We spoke about the jury.
Okay.
Because you only dude that I know. You're rich. That's that Richard Mille.
Yes, sir.
1.5 million.
Yes, sir.
Can you show the people, please? It's okay. We're gonna make sure no one does nothing because we kill anybody who touches Pharrell. Anyway.
So this was in commemoration to the
minute.
fact that like we went to Mars in 1976. You know, like
We went to Mars in 1976,
and as human beings, we sent our first probe there in 1976. And actually, a woman that worked on it, her name was Katherine Johnson. She was called a colored computer because when she came into NASA, black people were still deemed as colored.
Because you produced that movie too about the.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
called Hidden Figures.
The Hidden Figures.
Right. So she worked on that. She helped get that probe there. She was one of the mathematicians to help get that probe there from NASA to the surface of Mars. Right. Okay.
Jeez.
But the idea that Mars is so important to us and that, the ones right after us are the millennials, and the ones after that are Gen Zers, and the ones after that are our children. They're the Mars generation because they'll go back and forth to Mars like it's no big deal.
Or that moon and Saturn that they're talking about now, too.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Absolutely. So I say all that to say that, Mars is back on our horizon. It's back and popular. And so... we wanted to Richard and I wanted to make a watch that sort of commemorated that. We really wanted Elon Musk.
Richard and I, no one knows.
Virgin? That Richard?
Slow it down.
Richard Mill, yeah.
Yes, Richard Mill.
Okay.
Yeah, we have another one that's coming out pretty soon. It's already sold out. It's gone. But it's actually going to hit the market pretty soon. And that is the sapphire version, which is super clear. So a lot of watches pride themselves on being double skeletal, but this entire thing is X-ray, meaning you can see through the side, you can see the front, you can see through everything, not just the top and the bottom. Like skeletal is just the bones, but this is X-ray. We see it all.
Right. It's elite, man.
Yeah.
That was not a Dominican way to pop the bottle.
What was the Dominican way?
Quiet.
Him dancing?
I'm sorry, sir. Continue.
No, it's okay. Listen, by the way, you know what? I don't spend enough time talking about Richard Mill. Richard Mill has been not only so good to me, but he cares about, he cares about children, what he does, the various programs that he has, and he's a watch company, but he sponsors so many Olympiads and people who run in the Olympics and train in the Olympics and actually perform.
Shout out that breakdancing's in the Olympics. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Hip-hop is in the Olympics.
Breakdancing and skateboarding in Olympics.
And
it's amazing.
Skateboarding.
Well,
you got a skateboard? We gave you a skateboard?
Yeah, you gave him one.
Yeah, skateboard.
Yeah, you guys gave me the Capone Noriega one. That was hard.
I apologize.
Sorry.
I'm gonna mount that bitch up and skate in it for sure. But Richard has just been so good, man, because at the end of the day, you'd think he's just, with Bubba Watson and Nadal or whatever, but Richard actually really cares about the youth and his programs. He's a lot of programs and a lot of them are very, child and sports oriented. And I've just been so grateful because I've loved the watch since when I was talking about it. And can I have it like that? I don't know, what is that, 2006 or 7? And he just, to meet the guy and see what he really cares about.
How did you meet Richard Mill? How does this happen?
Because I put it in Can I Have It Like That, and he heard about it. And he sort of sought me out. So he kind of came to me. It was weird. And then so we just started working together, and
the way it works.
The funniest thing is that
you're saying it's so nonchalant.
Because it's
not like
you put it out there and it came back.
Because he is weird because I would have never thought to go to him at the time. That's my brother Kanye. Kanye is a smart guy. Kanye, when he has an idea, he goes after it. Right. For me, I would have these ideas, and if I was lucky enough, the ideas would come to me.
So what happened? What? Kanye came to you? What the fuck?
No.
You're just using Kanye as an example.
Okay. Kanye is different because when he thinks things, he goes after it. And I wasn't like that. I was more like, I would think these things, and if I uttered them in a song, sometimes those things would come to me.
Right.
Only after a while I realized, I got to go after these things that I say. I have to really help turn them into fruition.
Right.
And Richard Mill was one of those things where I didn't go after it. I said it in a song, me and Gwen. And that song, Can I Have It Like That? Yeah, Gwen Stefani.
We gotta make sure, because you're just using first names. You're killing us here.
Sorry. Listen, the Purple Rain has kicked in, bro. I'm really sorry.
Purple Rain.
Yeah, Purple Rain is fun. Richard reached out and he was like, look, I'm so honored that you talked about it in the song. Let's do something together. And at the time, Happier came out and he was like, okay, I saw you do Can I Have It Like That, but then you have this song Happy, let's do something. Right. And I was like, man, I really love, I love the idea of like man being, man seeing himself going out there into the universe and making his mark.
Right.
And as a black man, I want that for my culture. I want my culture to continue to look at things like that, like yo, we can do anything. I know we lost a brother out there, and in the first space shuttle explosion, but we could go there. We could go to any one of these planets or any one of their moons,
right,
and make it. And he was like, okay, cool. So then we did the watch together, and I just remember him just telling me about all these programs where he was sponsoring all these Olympic.
We took the watch you got on right there.
Yeah, he was sponsoring all these Olympic.
1.5 million.
Yeah, but he was sponsoring all these runners, and I was like, bro, you're like killing it in the watch game right now. You're surpassing everything. The resale on everything that you do is doing really well. Right. Like, you don't have to care about all these black people.
How many of those watches exist though?
But hear me. He's sponsoring all these black people.
Richard Mille.
Yes. Right now, actively, as we speak, he's sponsoring all these like black Olympiads. It's crazy. No one knows this. And so for me, it was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna work with you. Right. Not only did I want to make a watch with you.
Before you worked with him, he was already doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
He had been doing it. And so like, if you talk to him right now, there's like Olympic runners, people who are actively competing who have watches, and you didn't know that they were like based on like Olympic runners, and these guys are actually all benefiting from it. It's unbelievable. And he'll sponsor a village. Things you don't even know of.
Drink champs. I don't know what.
Listen, when Richard hears about
the Trump watch,
listen, 21 or over.
What I'm saying to you is he's a good man.
Right.
Great guy.
He's got every opportunity to just be like a European man who's literally just making his money.
Right.
But literally, he's not. He's thinking outside of his continent and going to the places where we are and where we're most afflicted. Whether it is thinking about the safety of children on the road, or thinking about what we're going to need when we are really talented, but we come from very modest means, or we come from a community that can't provide for us. I would encourage you to do the homework and see the programs that Richard Mille has. It's not just like superior Swiss movement and like very expensive, like, record-breaking price tags.
Right.
It's a culture. And
a culture and good, from what you're saying.
Yeah, it's changed the way that I think. Right. I used to just think it was just like a cool design of a watch. Now I know that it's really the personality of a man.
I'm surprised you don't work with Elon in any way.
Musk?
Yeah.
I think Elon's amazing.
I'm just using first names because that's all he's doing.
Elon Musk is amazing.
Continue.
We've talked a couple times. We're not. I would say that we're friendly, but we're not. I don't talk to him all the time. I talk to him here and there.
Like, what would be the initiative with him if you were to work with him? Like,
Elon
what would you
Musk?
envision? Yeah, what would you envision a collaboration between y'all two?
Let me say this first before I answer your question. Elon Musk is a man who thinks about things from a very different perspective. He thinks in the future. When you ask him a question in 2020, he's going to give you an answer that's for 2050.
Right.
So you want to be very careful and cognizant of what you're asking him. You want to make sure you're asking the right thing at the right time. And I would ask him to think about I would want to go to him. I would look at him as a problem solver, because that's what he is.
Right.
But he's been a problem solver for the things that he deems most important.
For himself.
I don't
Well, I mean, in his purview.
From his POV.
Right.
And I don't disagree with the things that he has thought about. But if I were him, I would think, how do we get Elon Musk to put his brain cells to consider how to make our supremacist brothers and sisters understand the plight of the people that they hate. If we could get Elon Musk to think about racism.
Imagine.
If we could get Elon Musk to think about federal subsidies. If we could get Elon Musk to think about women. And if we could get Elon Musk to think about the plight of women. I think that he's such a genius that when he applies himself to a situation, he figures his way out. The way that he's looked at solar panels and that business has been ingenious. If we could get him to think about the plight of Black Americans and how to translate that to our less empathetic and even sometimes apathetic white brothers and sisters.
You met Eli before?
Yeah. If we could get him to think about so many things, it's the same thing that I would say for Nikola Tesla. He named his company.
If he was alive, right?
Right, he named his company after Tesla. Same thing I would say to Einstein. It's like, man, theory of relativity, we needed that. But, brother, we needed you for so much more. If you could have, Mr. Einstein, if you could have sat down with Malcolm.
But imagine, Einstein was coming up also during World War II. He's Jewish. During Nazi Germany.
He was, but that's my point. Right. If we could have gotten you to meet Mr. Malcolm.
Right.
Mr. Einstein, if we could have got you to meet
Martin?
Mr. Martin.
Praise.
Elon, if we could have gotten you to sit down and have a conversation with
Conway?
Who?
I went too far.
Marvis.
By the way, I'm not
now.
saying that in a white savior type of way. What I'm saying is, if we could have got the
in
people
a
who
collaborative
think
mind,
because I started
Eli
this,
to sit down
but
with
there are going to be
Yala.
people who cut up everything that I'm saying.
No,
and be
you're
like,
thinking about
here's
collaborative
Pharrell
minds.
thinks that like a white savior could save everything, and they didn't hear the context. I started this conversation by saying, you said to me about Elon thinking about things, right? But what I'm saying is, when you talk to Elon Musk, you ask him a question, and the times that I've talked to him is in 2019. I think I talked to him in 2020 about like cars and shit that I needed because we have 4 children. But when you ask Elon a question in 2020, he gives you an answer for 2030 or 40 or 2040, right? So if we could have had him.
Rain.
Mama,
Cheers. So if we could have had Elon ask a question,
You gotta sip, it don't count. You
or give a contribution to the thought of some of these considerations. I'm telling you what I would have wanted him to weigh in on.
Right.
Purple rain. That shit should be illegal.
Chichi get the
shots. That's beautiful. I love it. But continue. I'm so glad you're here, bro.
I'm glad I'm here.
I thought you'd never come. Now, family, shit. Wait, let me get a shot. Hold on. Don't test me like that. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Cheer it up, man.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah. Now,
what the fuck? You didn't even hit it.
I was listening to a reggaeton song in my mind.
Oh yeah, we right.
So now, how long you know Pharrell, Neptunes, the whole family? Break it down, family.
20 plus, right? At least. Well, I knew Pharrell before the Neptunes. Yeah. Long story short, he used to come out neighborhood where I grew up at, Huntersville. He was coming out there back then, and that's how we initially met. And then linked back up a couple years later when he was doing music.
But when you all met, were you doing music already?
In the beginning, nah, but I got a wild story that like when I first linked back up with him, I heard he was doing music, and I seen him in the club one night on my birthday, and I was like, "Yo, I heard you doing music," and matter of fact, he said he heard I rap. So he was like, "Yo, do something for me right now," and I was like super drunk. It was like my birthday and shit. So I was like, "Shit, this nigga put me on the spot." But I rapped for him, and then just like, "Yo, come through, see how the music world work," and then been rolling ever since.
Wow.
It's been my man.
Wow. So how did you feel when you seen the clips, like first take off? Or even...
Oh no, I was happy for my brothers.
Right.
Yeah, I was there for what and all that.
Right.
I was there. I seen that. I remember all that. I was happy for
the clips in particular, because I want to say, like, that's from Virginia.
Oh no, it was like.
Because grinding, I remember.
Oh, grinding
he
was
so excited about grinding. He told me, he said, "Come to Virginia," and I flew. Or I drove to Virginia.
Yeah, you was in. Yeah,
I was in
that hood
the
where you was in the video. That crib that they shot you in. That's like my people's joint, like right up the street from there.
That was definitely still cooking crack out there. Let's make some noise for
I
you.
don't know if making noise for that is.
I'm looking like this. Y'all really serious?
Yeah,
y'all niggas was out there still cooking crack. I ain't gonna lie. I said, oh shit, Pharrell's crazy.
But nah, to see the clips do their thing, man.
If you were writing me to, I don't know if you understood, but you was writing me to. I was like, oh great, fuck it, I'm alright. I'm in it. I stayed the whole time, man.
You did.
I stayed the whole time. I said, I understand.
As you would.
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but to see the clips do it, man, was a win for all of us. Like, like you said, we from Virginia. You don't really get to see that, and just seeing my family take off. It was like, let's go.
And this is a question for both of y'all. How weird is it to see Malice go one way and then Pusha?
So,
just in case you want some Ace of Spades, because
I'm on that Prince. I'm on that Prince Rogers Nelson.
All right, cool. We better know him.
Or Nelson Rogers.
We
Which
don't
one
know
is
this
it?
guy.
It's either one.
We don't know this guy.
So look. When you mention God, that's when I got to sit up in my seat and I got to get it right. What was your question again?
About Malice and Pusha. The difference.
I just want to make sure.
How'd you feel? Yeah.
Because the Purple Rain is kicked in.
Purple Rain! Every time we say Purple Rain, everybody better say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Purple Rain! Purple Rain! I'm sorry.
So, that's a Swan, ladies and gentlemen, in the design district.
One more time.
Craig Robbins.
1, 2, 3. Purple Rain! Purple Rain!
And when you drink it, doves cry.
Can we get this on film?
Can we get this on film? Can somebody record this?
I just want everybody to know, like, okay, so at Swan, you can get
Purple Rain! Purple Rain!
Just being clear on Drink Champs, like if there's going to be any kind of officiating or any kind of officiating at any level, it's like it's going to be on Drink Champs.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
But continue that fly shit you was talking about.
So
that was Malice Pusha. That was the conversation.
So your question is about Malice and Pusha. So Malice had a conviction. Something came over him. And I never really got into it because I was afraid of it. I was afraid to hear what it was because I was afraid to hear that, like, if I heard it, it would transform me. It's funny, I'm looking at a T-shirt that says Beats in the Hood.
Yep, that's my boy.
Right? But let me tell you something right now. With the simple rearrangement of the est, it could go from beats to beast. And that's kind of like what I was feeling at the time. When I saw Malice being hit, I was afraid of asking what happened to him because I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for if what he told me was gonna transform me. Mm-hmm. And what hit him so long ago hit me later on in my life. And when we saw him go through that transformation, all of us, we had the utmost respect.
Still do.
But you need to know, don't think just because a person has accepted God in their lives or in their life that they don't think the same things or have the same instincts. Their instincts may change. But who you are is who you are. And when God enters when God and the universe enters your life, what you are doesn't change. What you are remains the same. But what you do it for, that's what changes. And I wasn't ready for that. I was afraid of that. But then, like, you know, when I did, like, Get Lucky, Blurred Lines, and Happy at the same year, and all that shit came out, that shit wigged me the fuck out.
You wasn't doing cocaine during Blurred Lines, right? Because
I never touched cocaine.
All right, please. Just want to be clear.
And I, by the way,
The Blurred Lines.
by the way,
crazy.
let me be real clear about that. There's a lot of people that do, and I ain't got nothing against them, bro.
You seen a lot of cocaine sessions.
Man, a lot of people fuck with coke, bro. I don't judge, man.
No, we judge. We judge.
No, we judge.
We totally judge.
Yo,
see, that judged him too.
Oh Lord, oh Lord. So here's the thing,
Christmas.
bro. I'm not fucking judging you, man.
No,
Not judging nobody.
nobody.
People do shit like that, and it's okay. People do other shit. You know what you could be? You be doing worse. You could be a fucking, like, you could be a sex trafficker.
Right.
Wait a minute.
You could be a fucking pedophile.
Wait a minute.
You could be a fucking kidnapper.
Wait a minute.
There's so many things you could fucking be.
Right.
If that's what you've chosen because that shit makes you feel better than ever, I don't condone it. And I'm not gonna celebrate you, but I'm not gonna judge you, and that's the most important part. I'm not gonna judge you.
We're not judging you, man.
Yo, bro, there would be no Miami. Like, that shit built Miami. Let's be fucking clear.
Cocaine Cowboys.
They talking about cocaine. Cocaine definitely built.
Right, that shit
Yeah.
built. I'm not celebrating it, and I'm not condoning it, but what I am not doing,
Cause and effect. Cause and effect.
what I'm also not doing, I'm just toasting you. I'm just toasting you. 'cause this is perfect.
Give some ace of spades, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Finish this.
Look.
You want
No.
All right.
But I'll toast you though.
All right, hold on, let me fill up. Let me fill up, because this is that big boy, you know what I mean?
Look,
This is
what I'm
Hoyt
saying
living.
to you
This
is,
Hoyt living right here,
what I'm
baby.
saying to you
Hoyt
is,
living. Hoyt society living. Come on, family.
my bro.
Come on, get it.
What I'm saying to you is,
Yeah.
what we gotta stop doing, even when it's the shit that we hate. What we gotta do is, we gotta stop judging, bro. Because the judging is what keeps people doing dark shit and dark circles.
Right.
And hiding it.
Right.
Versus like saying, you know what? I'm not mad at you, brother, and I'm not judging you, brother. I'm angry at what you're doing, but I'm not mad at you because I realize something has happened to you and that you need help. And unfortunately, what happens with cocaine is like people get caught up in that place where they feel like they can't really say it. They either celebrating it or they hiding it.
Right.
And what we need to do is we got to get to a place as black people and Latinx where we say, you know what, I'm not gonna judge you. I just feel like you might need a little bit of help. And there are functional users.
Until they're not.
Listen, by the way,
I thought the same thing. Until they're not.
Of all kinds.
For real, I'm just be honest with you. We love cocaine stories here. You have a cocaine story?
I do not.
You do not?
I do not.
Not at all?
Not at all. I know. I have cocaine stories that I'm not gonna share for my friends who were absolutely 100% in the motherfucking game.
Right.
I would never, and that's because. And let me tell you why I would never.
I respect that.
Watch this Purple Rain sip.
Purple rain, purple rain.
I would never share because I always made it very clear to my friends who were involved in that business, brother, don't involve me because I'm telling. So I would never share because there's nothing for me to share except that one part. Bro, don't do no shit in front of me because I ain't built like that. You tough, you live that life, you do what you do. Don't share that shit with me, because I ain't built for it. 911 is my friend.
One more time. Purple rain, purple rain.
You know?
Yeah, that's right. Goddamn.
So I say this. I say this. Like, look, we got to get to a place as a culture where we start to like embrace our brothers and sisters, all their flaws.
Right. True.
They're going to all do some shit that you don't like. But you know what? We live in this world. And you know what? It don't matter who won this White House. What matters is the general population, and 71 million of them agree with some things that don't really agree with Latinx. You see, we have a system here in America. When you make it to the American beaches, you can request for like, you know, asylum.
Asylum, yeah.
Right.
Some of them.
Right?
Yeah, wet foot, dry foot for Cubans.
Cubans.
Yeah.
But then we have them that think to themselves, nah, they should be arrested.
Right.
You see, we need to spend more time empathizing. So I'm not judging my black brothers and my brown brothers. I'm not judging anyone really at the end of the day. What we gotta do is we gotta learn empathy, man. And there's some shit that you're gonna look at, you're gonna be like, nah, I don't fuck with that at all. But you gotta understand that's a sickness, bro.
And it's education as well. We gotta educate people on more things.
Educate ourselves and educate each other because there are sicknesses
and
out there.
history. Motherfuckers don't know history anymore. So if you don't have no historical context, you don't know shit.
Very true.
We got to get to that place.
Right.
And all I'm saying is, I'm not there right now. Where I'm at is, look, I'm not perfect. I'm not special. What I am is, I'm lucky to be alive and to exist and be able to contribute.
To be a conduit to things.
To the greater purpose.
Right.
And that is for us unifying and accepting each other and educating each other where we can.
Right.
And not judging. That's the problem. The judging, that's what fucks us.
Absolutely.
You know? Because they do what the fuck they do all the fucking time. And then when that person does it, go, oh, he's a fucked up individual. No, all of you motherfuckers do that. It's just that one got caught.
Right.
But for us, we, and when I say us, I mean people who know that they're not perfect, not just color lines, not just sexual lines or genitalia lines, because some people don't identify as gender. What I'm talking about is spirit. If you identify as generally a good spirit, but you got some issues, guess what you are? You're fucking human.
Right.
Right? So, we gotta get to a place where the good spirits get together and say, look, none of us are perfect, but let's hold each other accountable and let's get each other the help that we need to get to that great place. Because at the end of the day, this land was Native American. It was built by black skin and black sweat. And the first commodity traded ever in this country was on Wall Street. What do you think it was?
Slaves.
People.
Okay, and that's because we had to stand against the what? What do we have to stand against?
Wall Street, baby.
The wall. Why do you think they call it Wall Street?
I didn't even know that.
That's us. So here's the thing. I don't give a fuck what color you are. If you have some sort of good spirit in you, we need to unify, bro. We gotta educate each other and stop judging. And you know what? We also need to stand behind our minorities, man. Like, you know, not just black, not just Latinx, but also LGBTQIA, because they're human beings. They got a brain, they got a mind, they have ambitions to be acknowledged. Yeah, like, listen, just because you don't agree and you don't get it, it ain't for you to fucking agree. You know what it's for you to do? Stand there and be there for your brother and your sister, and whatever God deems judgeable, let God and that person deal with that. You ain't the fucking judge of the jury. We need to be there for each other. That's what we need. That's what I want for my brother. That's what I want for Drake and Pusha. That's what I want for you name it. All the people that got good in their heart, man, you saw fucking God's plan. You know who Drake is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you look at if you look at what Pusha has done for like Virginia, Like, you know who the fuck he is.
Nah, you know he's a good dude.
Like, we have to unify all the good willingness that we have in our hearts. That's what we need to unify. And I know people are probably listening and be like, fuck that. But listen, after everything I've been through and all the sessions I've been in and the people that I've encountered and the people who have enlightened me and taken me to different places and different heights, this is my result. This is my sum. If you ask me if I add up everything I've ever done in my life, from listening to my parents to my wife, my kids, my family, the sum is God is the greatest, and we got to be loyal to that, bro.
I also got to ask you the same question. If I cut you, you bleed Superthug?
If you cut me, and this is where I know I need to sign off.
Christmas.
If you cut me right now, what will come oozing out of my body? My God is different.
Goddamn.
My God is
Make some
different.
noise for God. Your family. Nah, we gotta give you some family. You know, being down the Neptunes from the beginning.
Yeah.
How does it feel, like, you know, to see this guy in this luxurious, beautiful position that he is? And you was an artist at one point.
Yeah. To be honest, this is my brother, man. Like, what's good for him is good for me. I just been just there. Like, as he grow, I learn. What makes him grand make me happy. This is my brother, so it's like I'm happy, man. I love to see where he is, and aside from the music and all the stuff he's doing, it's really like my brother. So I'm happy.
Goddamn, make some noise for that.
This was great.
Yeah, this is.
I'm gonna respectfully kowtow.
No, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna take pictures.
No. I know that
picture.
I know that
picture
it's.
and
Get your pictures, B.